I know you look it up in the state we in right now, black people on drugs, and we suffering and dying. And I know it seems like you can do whatever you want to this people. I know it seems like this, but the time for glorifying yourself is soon at it.
Straight out of here.
2022, we still dying in the ghettos. We still dying in the reservation. We still dying in the burial.
Coming straight out of here.
Christianity has failed us. Voting has failed us. Begging and pleading for a life has failed us. Loving everybody has failed us.
Straight out of here.
Over 1,000 years later, we still begging and pleading to the oppressor to let our people go.
Coming straight out of here.
The white man is the devil, and if he ain't, then who is, man? Never trusting our enemy. It's time to wake up, black man.
Straight out of here.
Oppressor make a wise man mad. I walk the straight gate, never whiz the way. What that means, I'm UPK. If you don't keep the laws without work, that ain't faith. Christianity gon' have your body stinking in the gate. Hold up, straight out of hell. Schools to jail cell, voting, protesting, fail. Yo, so iron cannon hell must prevail. Survivor get ate like an animal in the wild. White man is the devil, gotta train up a child. That's right. White lives don't matter to God, that's white lies. Now. And that ain't Christ with blue eyes either, that's white lies. Prepare slaughter, death to all heathens, women and child. From Yasha is
straight
real
out of here.
2022, we still dying in the ghetto. We still dying in the reservation. We still dying in the burial.
Coming straight out of here.
Christianity has failed us. Voting has failed us. Begging and pleading for a life has failed us. Loving everybody has failed
straight
us.
Out of here.
Over 1,000 years later, we still begging and pleading to the oppressor to let our people go.
Coming straight out of here.
The white man is the devil, and if he ain't, then who is, man? Never trusting our enemy. It's time to wake up, black man.
Straight out of here.
Live from the ghettos, burials, and reservations. We the Lord chosen people, my nigga, that's revelation. Take ground with observation, feed the nation. Look, come, operation, bring back segregation, separation, perfect hatred. I hate the white man so much, I keep commandments. Fighting for the kingdom, so I make amendments. Watch the way I'm living, be ye perfect as the Father in heaven. We ain't Christian, a mission in Christianity, the works addiction. Submission to white supremacists, warriors turn feminine. Emasculine our sister, this ain't living, my nigga. Shalom. This is a priest military, one West world, take ground, take over type shit, you understand? And we will take over and take back what's ours and what belongs to us. Priest military, war ready, I ain't never going steady, don't fuck with the goals. Ride on enemies, bomb on enemies, motherfucker, I won't smoke. Priest military, war ready, I ain't never going steady, don't fuck with the goals. Ride on enemies, bomb on enemies, motherfucker, I won't smoke. This what it sounds like when we ride, living in a one West world, take ground. Another man down, fuck boy, stand down. We won't know. This what it sounds like when we ride, living in a one West world, take ground. Another man down, fuck boy, stand down. Who that want to smoke? Fuck nigga can't match the energy. Ride on enemies. Everybody wanna be top 3. If you ain't one West, you're not thieves. Shout out, GPK feel it. Hotter than a blicky when I up and I said knees. Take heed for Christianity, white supremacy. The truth will set you free. We don't beg and plead. We don't pray on knees. Bury me, your priest. Friend is on machines. We don't smoke the weed. We don't sip the lean. Fuck this whole society. We gon' follow after Christ. Got the blood of an Israelite. Cops be killing us. Stay killing us like day and night. That ain't right. Allah, Habanai, one West, we on the rise, one city at a time, taking songs, nigga, take ground. Kwam Yasha Allah, Prince of the power, no excuses, no cowards, kind of a kind out of Wyam. Yeah, priest military, war ready, I ain't never going steady, don't fuck with the goals. Ride on enemies, bomb on enemies, motherfucker, I won't smoke. Priest military, war ready, I ain't never going steady, don't fuck with the goals. Ride on enemies, bomb on enemies, motherfucker, I won't smoke. This what it sounds like when we ride, living in a one West world, take ground. Another man down, fuck boy, stand down. We won't know. This what it sounds like when we ride, living in a one West world, take ground. Another man down, fuck boy, stand down. See his liquor got me stuck. UPK, we number one. I be mama through the city, put him up. We get sit down, all black, bulletproof. We the realest that they come at the camp, blazing on the double through the shit for fun. Cross the line if you wanna die, get your ass down. Get it poppin' with the blicky. Every city in the slum. Not a rapper, I'm a preacher. Niggas dying over crumbs. You ain't know UPK, we want the word. That's a mo. Fuck the mainstream video. Bitch, I never sell my soul to the road. I say, yeah, up in Womo. I can stop with Louis Vuitton, UPK, Mexico. All about the warfare. One for the foe. Swing down on the mission. One west. I'm living concrete with the script apply. No, my next victim. Rippler, I split your fucker running 9 miller. Put respect on my name or all my aqua come get you. Preach military, well, ready. I ain't never gonna say they don't fuck with the ghosts. Ride on enemies, mom on enemies, motherfucker, I won't smoke. Preach military, well, ready. I ain't never gonna say they don't fuck with the ghosts. Ride on enemies, mom on enemies, I won't smoke. Yeah. Preach military, well, ready. I ain't never gonna say they don't fuck with the ghosts. Ride on enemies, mom on enemies, motherfucker, I won't smoke. Preach military, well, ready. I ain't never gonna say they don't fuck with the ghosts. Ride on enemies, mom on enemies, motherfucker, I won't smoke. This is what it sounds like when we ride, living in a one West world, take ground. Another man down, fuck boy, stand down. We won't know. This is what it sounds like when we ride, living in a one West world, take ground. Another man down, fuck boy, stand down.
Ha! One West, bitch. You know what it is. 1969, home of the truth. And if you ain't UPK, you in the motherfucking way. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Harlem, New York, 125th Street. How you mention UPK and didn't mention me? We the home of the truth, bitch, nigga, what you mean? How you mention One West and didn't mention me? No excuses, no cowards on the soldiers roll with me. How you mention UPK and didn't mention me? 144,000 all prepared to serve the king. How you mention One West and didn't mention me? Look, I eat, sleep, shit, breathe, UPK every day. Get about that Christian church. One West is the only way for righteous leadership and brotherhood. This the only place. A lot of people say they got it, but we know them bitches fake. So I'll be One West to the death, to the end. UPK versus everybody. All we do is win. Undefeated since 69. Pussy, try again. I'll be damned if we ever lose to the likes of them. Commander GEN.YAHANNA ain't no coward. You know who he is. Held on to this truth with no excuse. That's what he did. Showed us how to build a nation every day. We put in brick. Get that all put on her head and take an oath and never quit. And I mean that shit. Every word that I'm saying. If you cross the fucking line, I'ma show you I ain't playing. And I stay war ready. Every word that we hanging. And I still rock my shield of David like I'm gang banging. Bitch, we Harlem, New York, 125th Street. How you mention UPK and didn't mention me? We the home of the truth, bitch, nigga, what you mean? How you mention One West and didn't mention me? No excuses, no cowards on the soldiers roll with me. How you mention UPK and didn't mention me? 144,000 all prepared to serve the king. How you mention One West and didn't mention me? We live? Oh, sorry, Christ. Let's clap that up. Yeah, the mic's always on, even when it's off. Shalom, Israel. We are the I.S.U.P.K. Started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander GEN.YAHANNA. And our mission is to teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, Mariah, cut that down, who they are according to the Bible, and that their oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of.
That's right. black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, woman, and child, you are the true Jew of the Bible. I will not apologize for giving your identity back.
That's right.
America needs to apologize for stealing it. Them fake Jews need to apologize for stealing it. But we're going to get to that in a second, man. So I want to go ahead and touch on something. In today's class, in case you're wondering, is America is anti-Semitic. The fact of the matter is this. Nobody is more anti-Semitic than America.
Right.
You understand? And right now, they're going to spread some more of that hatred by trying to get black people to vote, man. So that's a video that I wanted to pull up real quick. If you would, Shanyan, I want you to pull up the video with Captain Tazariak, right? The one that I sent you. Pull that video up first. And then... Is that some... Cap? Cap, you're being weird again. We in class, sir. I'll unplug that component. All right, Cap. Yeah. Cap, are you going to cut the camera off? Cut the mic off? It sounds like he's off. Jesus Christ. Well, all right, no sweat. Jesus Christ. Yeah, so where was I at? I lost my place. Cap weirded me out again. Yeah, video with Captain Tazariak. So Captain Tazariak debated this Christian pastor. His name is what's the Jesse Lee something. What is it?
He says Jesse.
His name is Jesse Lee something, right? He's a Christian pastor. And he's real big on voting and
Okay, Jesse Lee Peterson.
Jesse Lee Peterson is homosexual. And I say that because that's exactly what he is. He's been exposed now. He's been outed. And let me tell you something. This is a lot of your goddamn Christian pastors. You better stop listening to them black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, woman, and child on them trying to tell you to vote, because the whole purpose of them doing that is to keep you destroyed. At this point, trying to tell black people to vote for the better their lives, that's anti-Semitic towards Negroes.
Right.
You're an anti-Negro. That's what you are. Trying to tell black people to go vote like it's going to save their lives. It's not going to save their goddamn lives, man. Let's get the video rolling. I'm going to play the first 2 minutes of the video. Go ahead and play it.
So, is it okay to hate?
Yes.
Fast forward past this intro. This intro should tell you something about the cat.
To support our work. And I appreciate it. I have with me a very interesting guest, Tazariak. He is the captain of the I.S.U.P.K, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge in New York. Thank you for coming on, man. I appreciate it.
It's a pleasure to be here.
And thank you, sir. First, how would you define the Israelites? What is it, a religion, organization, or just a black club?
No, the Israelites, everybody has their Bible in their house, especially black people. And so we're raised that, we're all Gentiles saved under the grace of Jesus Christ dying.
Right.
That's what allows us to come in. And we find out through history is that we are really
What did he just say? That was a key word.
Through history.
Through history. We find out through history. Like, so, and I want to play this video because it covers two parts, right? It covers one, what we're going to be experiencing now is they want us to go out and vote and stuff like that. And two, it covers who we are as a nation, right? So Kyrie Irving is being called anti-Semitic because he gave black people an identity. Well, the I.S.U.P.K under Commander GEN.YAHANNA has been giving the black people their real identity since 1969, right? We have been doing this since 1969. The anti-Semitic word is just recently, we get into that later. I'll point out the point. So it was just a word floating around. They just recently here in the last month or so, if that long, actually gave it a definition, actually put it, made it a real definition in a dictionary. I wonder why, but we'll get to that in a minute. So, as you clearly just heard, Captain Tazariak saying that we are the true Israelites of the Bible. The I.S.U.P.K. has been stating this since 1969, and this can't not be debated. Everybody want to talk about history. If we pull the scriptures and we pull the history, we will find out who the real Israelites are. But nobody wants to speak on facts.
Right.
Everybody wants to speak on feelings. Let's get some more.
Descendants of Israel. Like if you look at black people today, right, they have no identity. If you were to take 10 black men and ask them all who they were, they would say Christian, Methodist, atheist, Baptist, 5%er, Egyptologist, all these things that they're not, because we're the ones that our identity was taken from. And that's what was going to be brought upon the children of Israel. They would be called that byword and that proverb. So we're the only ones that don't have that identity. So in 1969, and before I talk about I.S.U.P.K., just to give the Israelite history as a whole, before 1969, you had black people that once we got our hands on that Bible would read them records. Like if you go to your Nat Turners, your Denmark Vessies, your F.S. Cherries, your Right
Let me ask you before you get to all that. Are you guys, do you consider yourself a religious group?
Go ahead. Oh, it's logging. What happened? Okay, no sweat. So he just asked, were we a religious group, right? Does everybody know the answer to that question before we get to it? Are we a religious group? What are we?
True Israelite, we're the true of the Bible. You know?
Right.
Like, we're the true people, we're the true children of the Bible.
Right.
You know, God, you know what I'm saying?
Go ahead, soldier.
We definitely not religious. We have to be born.
Absolutely. This is a birthright organization. You have to be born a Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian to be considered a Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian. But everybody asks, is this a religious group? Why? Why do they ask that? Just give it a guess.
Because the Christian church.
Yeah, that's true. That's part of the reason. Go ahead.
Because of the Jews, and they think that the Jews, are white people.
No, close. You close. So the reason why everybody always asks, is this a religious group to Black people, is because Black people don't have an identity. We defined our identity by religion. We defined our identity by color. We defined our identity by what goddamn neighborhood we live in. You know what I'm saying? What's your nationality? You ask a person, man, what are you? You ask a normal person, that what are you? Man, I'm African American. I'm from West Side. I'm from this street. I'm from that street. We claim ghettos. We claim gangs. We claim religions, but we never claim a nationality. Why? Right. Because it has been stripped from us.
I got something to say. Actually, if I can pull it up, it's in my note. Like I got it from one of the brothers. Like I actually saved it. But like all I gotta do is I'll come back to it. But like
just come back to it. When you find it, just let me know. But this homosexual is always going to ask questions like this. Like the Christian church, which is a breeding ground for homosexuality, they're always going to ask stuff like this because at the end of the day, they want to destroy us. Let's get a little bit more, Shinya. Then I'm going to tell you where the time skipped to.
Or do you just consider yourself the original Jews?
I wouldn't say original Jews because Jews is just one tribe. There are 11 other tribes.
So the Israelite tribe is a part of the original Jews.
No, just to say it properly, the Israelites are the 12 tribes: Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Gad, Manasseh, Ephraim. It's 12 tribes of Israel. So you may see the term Jew, but that only encompasses one tribe or one kingdom. But there's two kingdoms: Southern Kingdom, Northern Kingdom. So to put it in proper context, the Israelites of today are the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians in North, Central, and South America, as well as those that are in Africa, Europe, and Asia, the other continents.
Why did you guys, out of all the religions to choose, why did you choose
see what he did there, boss?
Rather than a Christian?
He said once again, and this is the thing about Christian church. They think they so slick. So what you're witnessing now is like General Muhammad said in this class. We got to understand that we dealing with people who are smarter than most of us in the world. You know what I'm saying? In ISUPK, we listen to words. We know how to decipher things. What this homosexual was doing is being disrespectful. He just told him it wasn't a religion, but he went back and referred to it as a religion, right? Why did he do that? Because he wants to try to, what he's trying to do is, what's the word, provoke. But he's not going to provoke Captain Tazaria because he's very well seasoned. So and then when he asked, well, why did you choose to be an Israelite? We didn't choose to be Israel. We chose to serve the Lord because that's our birthright. You can't choose to be an Israelite. And here's the thing. The questions that he's asking, he's never asked them fake Jews. No one has never asked them so-called fake Jews, why did they choose to be Israel? Sit down. Go ahead. Play a little bit more.
Or Muslim or something else. Why did he pick Jew?
Well, Christ, the greatest alpha male to ever exist. When you think of an alpha male,
remember that
Christ is
alpha
the one
male.
you think of. Right. And he said in John 8:32, he said, "You shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free." So every black person goes into what makes them feel good. So it's good to say I'm a Christian or God-like, so to speak, but it doesn't require you to follow any moral codes of ethics. Us being Israelites is not something that we chose to be. It's who we were born as.
Right.
Our identity was just taken away from us when we came over here in slavery.
All right,
so in
stop
slavery,
there.
we came over here.
Go ahead.
This is kind of what you said, like, so I got this note, like, so first, we was Hebrews, right? It says Deuteronomy 28, verse 37. And we was Hebrews, then slaves, then niggers, and then Negroes, then colors, then blacks,
yeah,
then African Americans.
Yeah. So you're right. Every 10 years or so, the byword for us changes. The suffix before our name, before our title changes. Every 10 years. You're absolutely right. You know what I'm saying? Afro-Americans, y'all remember that? Afro-Americans. I was like, damn, everybody don't have an afro. What the hell is going on here? You know what I'm saying? I guess here soon it'll be anti-Semitic Americans or something.
Right.
Who knows? Like, but we're the only people who suffix changes for their names. Nobody else changes. Everybody else has a suffix and it stays. In other countries, like let's say Europe, right? Either you're European or you're not. There is no suffix.
Right.
Either you're European or you're not. So anybody who's not European is treated like an outsider. Here, you get the suffix in the front of your name. You could be an Afro-American. You could be a Chinese American. You could get all of that. You can put American anywhere you want to. But at the end of the day, you're still treated like an outsider if you're black. Only if you're black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. Not none of the other nations. The other nations are able to sustain and carry on and keep their bloodline and be whatever they want to be. They want to change their bloodline. It's not an issue. Let's time skip to 29 minutes and 30 seconds into the interview, because I want you to understand that this conversation, this interview, it was supposed to be about who I.S.U.P.K is and things like that. And he started 29 minutes and 30 seconds. You know what I'm saying? It ain't got to be 30 seconds on the dot. You can start at 29. All right. So, but you're going to start hearing his love for the white man real soon, because he doesn't care about who black people really are. He's not here to build black people up. He doesn't care about none of that. His job as a Christian pastor is to what? Destroy black people. Keep you voting. Keep your spirit docile. And not only that, but demasculate you.
Right.
Demasculate you. This dude that we listen to doesn't have any masculinity in him, even though he likes to think he is. And Captain Tazariak, listen to what Captain Tazariak calls him. Go ahead.
You got to complain about it rather than overcoming it.
Back up some.
Feel like.
So this is though. Now we talking about back up about 10 seconds. So he's speaking on black people and slavery and suffering, right? And listen to how he's talking. Now this is what they say about black people when we're speaking on the egregious acts of crime, the egregious acts and crimes that have been committed against us, right?
Right.
All of a sudden we're complaining. Then tell the Jewish man to shut the hell up about the Holocaust.
Right.
He's complaining.
Right.
There ain't nobody being anti-Semitic. Shut the hell up. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps, Mr. Jewish man. Hit play real quick. Go ahead.
to believe that a white man or Mexican man or any man can keep you down. So you got to complain about it rather than overcoming it. What does that feel like?
Well, for me being an alpha male myself, I don't know what that feels like.
Then why are you complaining for other beta males?
No, I've never said that though.
Christian or
Pointing
something?
at crimes is not complaining.
What'd you say?
You complain about the white
and
man.
that's what we're bringing out today.
For
He actually got outed as a
when the
homosexual.
towers fell, 3,000 people died. 3,000. And in the name of them towers falling, they went to war in Afghanistan. Now, they said only Osama bin Laden and whoever was down with him caused it. But they've killed millions of men, women, and children that were not with Osama bin Laden. And they have this slogan, we will never forget. So every year, they bring up the crime.
I know, but you're going away from what I just asked. Because I hear a lot of black males sounding like black women, and they're complaining about some white man keeping them down, and they can't make it because of the white man. As a male,
right?
You said you don't believe the white man can keep you down, right?
White man hasn't kept me down.
So what have you done to keep the white man from keeping you down personally?
Okay, I want to finish showing.
Yeah, I'll let you come back to that. But tell me, what have you done personally to keep the white?
You see how you don't want to hear the answer? This is every Christian right here. They don't care about solutions. They don't care about fixing any problems. So the whole concept of voting, right? What Christians want you to do, your Christian pastors want you to vote. What's the proof of that? They set up voting tolls and voting booths at the Christian church now.
Right.
They've always done it. They want you to vote. So the whole purpose of voting is to get somebody in there to fix problems that's inducive to your situation. Right? So what he's saying is completely contradictory to what he wants people to do. He wants people to vote. But we're going to get to that in a second. Let's get some more. Go ahead.
Down to the white man.
Hey,
the white man got some kind of thing into it,
We gonna get to it. Go ahead.
Okay, I want to finish showing.
Yeah, I'll let you come back to that. But tell me, what have you done personally to keep the white man from keeping you down?
I got you. I'm coming right to your answer. I'm just walking you to it so you can understand, because I know you respect white men, so I'm using them. So I'm teaching you how to be out. You like. I'm
not a beta male.
Nah, you in between. I won't say
you hear him? He said he ain't a beta.
You like in between alpha and beta.
Hey, you hear what he told him? You in between the alpha and the beta. We gonna call you A and B. Like Garrett knew he was soft.
Well, the point of saying that is every year they bring up the crimes that the Osama bin Laden.
What's the time check, Shinyan?
But they're still in power
on this video.
What'd
What's the time check on that video?
31:27.
31:27. Fast forward to 33:30. Go ahead.
Hey, I don't want after this, is there any way we can ask questions?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Just write your questions down. Because this is one video, then I got another one. We're gonna go into the Kyrie. I got a bunch of videos I want to play. We just gonna jump through this one because I want to hit on some key points. Now you hear him, you know what I'm saying? Like when he said, I know you respect white man, he didn't argue with that. He didn't say, no, I don't. He laughed it off. But I'm not a beta. That's what he said. And then he said, I said, yeah, you are. He's like, you right there on the line. He's like, you right in the middle between an alpha and a beta. You soft as almost cuss. You soft as crap. You know what I'm saying? Let's get some more.
Time.
Every year, white men seduce my brothers and sisters. So every year I have to remind them, you're going. So now everybody's going to go with Joe Biden, right? Everybody voted for Joe Biden.
No, it's not true. They stole the election. Everybody did not vote. Only the blacks voted for him, and the gays, the blacks, the homosexuals, the lesbians, the corrupt people voted for Joe Biden.
Pause. Okay. Now you see how he's talking bad about the gay community? He said, nobody vote for Joe Biden. Only the blacks, only the gays, only the lesbians. Like, so he in his mind, this Christian. Now, mind you, he's a Christian pastor, and he has a hard stance against homosexuality and lesbian community. He has a hard stand against the LGBT community. That's always been his premise. That's how he got his fame, by standing against the LGBT community and always supporting the white Republican, the white liberals. Like he supports whatever the white man says to do, he supports it. So he doesn't like Joe Biden, but he loves Donald Trump.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He voted for Donald Trump, this Christian pastor, and he pushes for black people to vote for Donald Trump. It's actually clips of him. I'm gonna find them pictures as well. Of course, everybody has the 2024 hat for Donald Trump now. You get what I'm saying? Hold your point. Hold your point. Don't forget it. Write it down if you need to. So like he's real heavy on vote, right? So now he's talking about who all voted for Donald, who all voted for Joe Biden. Because he's saying, because he asked Captain Tazario, do you vote? He's like, hell no. We don't vote. Voting for what? We vote for the king. We voted for the Most High. We voted for Christ. That's what the Bible tells us to. And then he tells him, you as a Christian pastor, you should know this. Go ahead, Shinya, play the video. Don't forget your point. I want to play a little bit of this video because I want you to see how he's acting like he's against the LGBT community and only blacks and gay people vote for XYZ and Blase Scoop. Well, we're going to find out. Keep going.
Even better, because that's all I care about. So let's say all the blacks voted for Joe Biden.
Okay.
That's why I have to bring them into remembrance. Because Joe Biden is a devil just like Trump was a devil. Joe Biden is going to mislead him and destroy him, just like Trump before him, just like Obama before him, just like Bush before him, just like Clinton before him. So just like the Most High told us back in biblical time to remember and bring to remembrance so that we can serve him, that's our job. So I can't just go to somebody and say, man, I was raised to be superior. I have to tell them, God said, don't do this. God said, don't do that. Like, you don't sin, right? I always hear you say you don't sin, right?
No one of God, if you've been born again of God, is impossible to sin.
No, you heard what he said. You don't sin, right? And you heard his answer. He said, no one who is born of God again is allowed to sin. So he's saying that he don't sin. That's what he's saying. Keep going. Cut it down, little girl. So he just said he don't sin. Let's find out.
Let me ask, if the blacks had a father and mother as you did growing up,
let's fast forward to 36 minutes in.
Love your neighbor as yourself.
I love my neighbor. Yes.
How do you know you believe in God?
Because I keep his commandments.
And what are
This holiday.
No sweat. It should only be 5 seconds.
Yeah. Oh, Skirch has another 5-second ad.
Damn it. Goddamn oppressors.
It's serious.
His commandments are the 600 spiritual first, physical second.
Do you believe in God?
Yes.
How do you know you believe in God?
Because I keep his commandments.
And what are his commandments?
His commandments are the 613 laws that you're following throughout the Bible.
No, this Christian's supposed to believe in God, but he wants you to vote.
So the fun thing with the serpent is, how does this?
Got another commercial?
Yeah,
They tripping.
Oppressors are definitely going to speak so.
Like there wasn't this
Keep
many
it as
commercials
myself.
when I watched the video, so I could take notes on it.
Right.
Keep going.
It's a lot. But to backtrack a little bit.
No, just pick up because I'm out. You time
Spiritual
skip
first,
again.
physical second.
Do you believe in God?
Yes.
How do you know you believe in God?
Because I keep his commandments.
And what are his commandments?
His commandments are the 613 laws that you're following throughout the Bible.
And do you love your neighbor as yourself?
Now we about to get to the root of the problem.
Myself. That's correct.
So do you love white people?
He's not my neighbor.
Do you love white people?
He's not my neighbor.
Do you love white people?
He's not my neighbor.
Do you love white people? What I'm asking them.
But he's not my neighbor.
And what's the answer to that?
No.
You don't love white people?
No.
And do your God love white people?
No. God only loves the children of Israel. You as a pastor should know that.
Do you sin?
You would have to show me chapter and verse where God loves anyone but the children of Israel.
Do you love God?
You're not going to show me the verse?
Do you love God?
Yes.
And if you love God, how can you love him but hate your neighbor?
Well, as I just explained to you, in Leviticus the 19th chapter, when it talks about your neighbor, that's the children of Israel. That's not talking about all races of people.
Amazing.
And that's the problem with Christianity. Christianity believes that you're just supposed to love everybody. God loves everybody. God can't love everything.
He can hate.
God is a man of war, you know.
All
Exodus
right,
15
fast forward to
says
44
God is
minutes
a
in.
man of
I'm
war.
gonna skip
God
past
have
this other
hate?
stuff. There's some more. Actually, go to
Yes,
43. Go to
he
43
hates
minutes in.
sinners.
Go to 43 minutes
back.
on the dot. This dude is a joke. And this
White
is
people
the
that say
same
they
guy
do.
that pushes for black people to vote. He wants black people to vote. Do you hear this cat? He wants you to vote because he loves the white man.
Right.
That's why he wants you to vote. So the white man can continue to be in power and oppress black people. Go to 43 minutes in and let it play.
Are they imposters?
Yes, they are imposters.
You talking about
Amazing.
go back
Yeah,
just
and
a little
everybody
bit.
knows they're imposters.
Do you believe
I remember
to
Go back
become an
just a little
Israelite?
bit.
Absolutely.
You said yes?
Yes, I said yes.
So are the
absolutely.
real Jews, the Jews of Israel, are they fake Jews?
So the white people that say they Jews?
Are they imposters?
Yes, they are imposters.
Amazing.
Yeah, and everybody knows they're imposters.
Do you believe?
I remember Helen Thomas was in office, but she was like the secretary or something like that. And when she said that they should go back home, and they said, "Where's home?" And she said, "Poland, Russia, Germany, where they're originally from." They fired her 4 hours later for telling the truth.
Amazing.
Everybody knows that the so-called Jew is not the Jew.
Are black people cursed?
Off the coast.
Are black people cursed?
Saying black people are cursed is a terrible thing to say.
No, I'm asking, are they cursed?
No.
Why is it that black people don't build, but they destroy?
Listen to this.
If they're
Listen
not
to
cursed,
this dude right
I
here.
noticed that whenever you want to do something negative and bad, you can rent a black, but if you want to do good, you rent a white.
Pause.
If black people are not.
Pause. Did you hear what he just said? Whenever you want to do something bad, you rent a black. When you want to do something positive, you rent a white. Do you not see the problem with voting? Do you not see the problem with loving your oppressor? Do you not see the problem with not serving the Lord correctly? Just if it wasn't for this school, every black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man, woman, and child will be just like this coon right here. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to find out a new acronym from coons. It's going to be coloreds, oppressing, ordinary Negroes, something. Like this dude is a straight coon and he wants to oppress ordinary Negroes. Go ahead, Soldier. Something you want to bring out?
The verse for this would be Deuteronomy 17 and 15.
Yeah, we're going to get to the scriptures in a second. I know what you're talking about. Go ahead, Tazabah.
You should know this though. Donald Trump hates black kids, Mexicans, and all that.
We know this, but his thing is he wants to give the title of so right now you see the problem, and this is long before Kyrie Irving. Now you see the problem: black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, woman, and child. You're not allowed to be a Jew. You must vote. You're considered wicked and evil. Only black people do everything negative. If you want to do something bad, use black. If you want to do something good, just get a white person. This is the teachings of the world. This is a cat. I'm guessing most of y'all never seen this interview right here. Now you see the problem, the spirit that we're dealing with in the world. And remember, this is the same Christian. This is a Christian pastor, ordained Christian pastor, and I believe it's in Atlanta, Georgia. And he wants you to get out here and vote for Donald Trump. He wants you to get out here and vote for every white person that's oppressing you. And he wants you to believe that you are the problem, black man.
Right.
You're the problem. You're the reason. It ain't, you know what I'm saying? You being oppressed, you're a complainer. You being destroyed, you're a complainer. People hate you, quit complaining. But clearly, Kyrie Irving said something about the so-called Jewish man. And you see what he has to go through. Let's get a little bit more of the video. There's a couple more things I want to highlight, and then we're going to move on. Go ahead.
Like one big team. That's a tactic. I mean, they know what's up.
But what you see him doing is the same thing that you see all these people, all these black people who are coming up against Kyrie Irving doing. And what he's doing is the same thing Shaq is doing, Charles Barkley's doing, LeBron James is doing. All these people who are speaking up against Kyrie and Kanye West, they're doing the exact same thing he's doing. Blaming black people. Black people ain't allowed to have an identity, have to shut up and die quietly. Just shut the hell up, nigga. Nobody care about who you are, what you want to do. Something you want to say, priest?
No, sir. And what they doing is the same thing that we was doing.
But go vote.
Over
I just want to. I gotta say that real
right.
quick. Make sure you vote though.
Right.
My fault. Go ahead, priest.
Hold on, talk about. So what they doing is what we've been doing over 400 years, or over thousands of years. We don't want to leave Egypt. You know what I'm saying? We want America to go back to normal. We want to go back to watching good football. Go back to watching basketball, man. You know what I'm saying? We want to be sleeping slumber, man. And we're gonna die like that, man. You understand? You thinking that the oppressor is not your enemy is gonna get you put to death, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you always bring out, man. You know, we need to profile the goddamn oppressor, man.
Damn right.
Because that's the way you're gonna live and survive. Knowing that he's the goddamn devil, the Bible speaks of, man.
Right.
Like we put right now preparing to vote. And we've been voting for over goddamn 400 years. And only got killed and a foot on our neck.
Vote or die.
Right.
We voted,
right,
we still died.
Right.
They said that shit 2 voting cycles in a row. Vote or die. We voted and still died. Vote for Joe
Biden.
Obama. That's what I was thinking about.
Sure.
We have voted for Obama. Obama made the LGBT community stronger than the black community. He made sure the LGBT community benefited off of everything that was meant for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Now everybody's a goddamn minority, according to Obama. Nothing was separated. We still didn't get a law to protect us. Where's the laws to protect black people? There's laws to protect the LGBT community. There's laws to protect the Asian community. There's laws to protect the Jewish man. What is voting getting us?
I know where the laws are at. We know where the laws are at.
Right.
This goddamn book.
Damn right.
This holy Bible.
What's your point? I want to get some more on this video real quick because I got a lot. Let me get through this first video and then we open it up. Go ahead, Shanya.
Not curse. Why do they only destroy rather than build?
This is the narrative.
You say,
if we're not cursed, why do we destroy?
Good, they rent. I didn't hear that word.
Yeah, I said that when the rest of the world, society want to do bad, they rent a black. But when they want to do good, they rent a white. If they want to build, they will rent a white. But if they want to destroy, they rent a black. If black people are not cursed, why they are so available for destruction?
Oh,
here's the problem with the statement that you made, right? John 8:44 says, "We are of your father, the devil." Black people have done the greatest things in America and get no credit for it. The heart surgery. Like there's a movie where
in the last 70 years, let's start with that. Let's forget about all that. They become black
he don't care about that.
People then, so they did better. But for the last 70 years, they destroy communities, they destroy neighborhoods, they destroy one another. Obama became the president. They elected the fallen Messiah. He destroyed the country. And now Black Lives Matter have gone radical and terrorist attack upon America. If black people...
Now listen, I've done this before. I just want to premise myself by saying, listen, I do not support Black Lives Matter. But I'm not about to let any goddamn Uncle Tom Coon try to crap on Black Lives Matter. He just called Black Lives Matter a radical terrorist group.
Right.
Who is more radical? Who is more of a terrorist than the white man?
Right.
So how long has this is for you soldiers out here? How long has Black Lives Matter even been a thing? No, just give it a guess. How long has Black Lives Matter been around? How long? Any more guesses?
I'm gonna say maybe 5, maybe 7 years. I mean, all this since it's been on a video showing them killing out.
Since the time I've been in the movement, that was like maybe 3, 4, 5 something years ago.
All right. So hold on. I know you know. Shanya, you know? Don't say it. Yes or no. All right, Kumpar. How long?
Since May 29th of July. I mean, May 20. I said 2 months.
Right.
Of 2021.
2021.
Yeah, that's when I was in the movement.
That's not even 2 goddamn years.
George Floyd's death.
Right. That's when Black Lives Matter took ground. Go ahead, soldier, real quick.
Okay, I don't want to. Like I'm from Virginia and stuff like that.
Right.
And they had like this Columbine law and everything like that. As far as like white people, they could do whatever they want.
Right.
When they came in there in the school, they could do whatever they want. Because a dude came in there with this joint, and they just gave him probation. I did it as well. I was a victim of that. I had to go through the whole council and everything, and they kicked me out.
Yeah.
They kicked me out of school because it was like, you brought a weapon.
Right.
And everything like that. And, you know,
I want you to remember that story. Hold that story for the next segment. That's going to be a heavy story. What you just said is going to be so heavy for what we're about to bring out. Right now, I want to expose the Christian pastor for being a oppressor-loving homosexual. Right. That's what he is. And his whole mission is to destroy black people because nothing that he has said has been beneficial for black people. And this same spirit that is on him, it's the same spirit that's on all them black people in social media, in the news, and sports, entertainment. It's the same spirit on all of them people, all of them black athletes that we think are leaders and rappers that we think are leaders. They are all groomed just like he is groomed. Right. This is Coon lesson 101 on how to keep your paycheck rolling in. Right. That's what this is. Coon lesson 101 on how to keep your paycheck rolling in. Let's get some more. So he about to bash Black Lives Matter. And I don't want to defend Black Lives Matter, but there's nobody who's been more radical or more of a terrorist than the white man. Right. The KKK still exists. We do know this, right? But nobody calls them a terrorist. They're not villainized the way Black Lives Matter is. Go ahead, Shinya.
The KKK, the Proud Boys, the Oath Keepers.
Right.
Nobody talking about none of these.
And the list goes on and on. God. Nobody calls them terrorists.
Nobody. It's like, if I could real quick. And that's the thing. Like how you said, like with this brother right here, he is just so blind. I can't even say blind at this point.
He knows what the hell he's doing.
That's all I was about to say. I can't even say he's blind. He's just so coonish.
Right.
That's all I can say. Coonish. Like, man, he's just such a coon.
Color suppressing ordinary Negroes.
Yeah, like
that's what coon stands for now.
Like that wicked, like that spirit right there is just beyond wicked. For you to only see the evil that black people that have supposedly done compared to everything that the oppressors done all throughout history, all the robbing, whipping, and pillaging and murdering.
Right.
Yet and still, you want to pick and choose to villainize black people.
Right.
You want to villainize the victims.
Right. Where we at on the video? Time check on the video.
We are at 45:04.
45:04. All right, this is perfect. What I want you to see what Cap calls him is coming up real soon. Something you want to say real quick, Tazabah?
Remember the Bad Boys too? You know that? I'm saying it could subliminal message, all that like niggers and this and that. Like it fit in the movies. You know,
that ain't subliminal. That was flat out. I know what you mean now. Yeah, that wasn't subliminal.
I'm saying it was flat out. Like it fit into movies to let us know. You remind us. Like you know what I'm saying?
Hold that point too. Don't forget they put it in the movies. Hold that point. Let's get to video. Listen to what Cap says. Captain
why are they only used for destruction?
This is how you just prove, Jesse, that you are now in the beta category.
He called him a straight.
What's the answer to that?
Pause. You heard what he said. This is how you just prove that you are in the beta category. You have no alpha male in you. You are not a man. You are a straight coward. And that's because look how he was attacking black people. Captain Tazariak put him in chat. Of course, I want to fast forward to 48 minutes real quick. Hold your point. 48 minutes. Go ahead. Hit play.
Even the land of the whites, they're murder, robbing, raping, and killing. And then
customizing.
No, that's all good. Go ahead. What a commercial plan. I'm about to get to that. Wait till you see this other video. It's gonna blow your mind. Go ahead, play it.
They can't even grow food.
But how is the land in Africa belonging to white people when white people was from Europe?
But white people were there before the blacks got there, though.
We hear that?
Yes, there was a time when there was no blacks; it was mostly whites, especially in greater parts of.
He
South
said in
Africa.
No.
But let me, because of time,
he just told
I know you want to go down and other stuff, but I want to
Of course, he evades and don't want to listen. Let's go to 50 minutes and 40 seconds. This is what kills it right here.
You want it?
Go ahead.
But not white Christianity.
There's no color to Christianity,
Right.
but there is color that matters to God.
What?
Example, there is color that matters to God.
Color doesn't matter to God at all.
I'm going to tell you why. The greatest alpha male to ever exist, Jesus Christ, is a black man. But no white person.
Oh, Lord. What the?
Pause.
You must not know.
You hear him? Now, mind you, he is supposed to be a Christian pastor. You hear what Captain Tazariak just told him? The greatest alpha male on the face of this planet, Jesus Christ, is a black male. He said, oh, Lord, what the? He can't believe it. He cannot believe that Christ is a black man and he is a Christian pastor. What does this tell you, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, woman, and child? What is this right here telling you?
He hates, he's racist, he hates blacks, and he loves the white man.
Exactly. And you're going to listen to this dude to go vote? You're going to vote for who he tells you to vote for?
Right.
Real quick. This is going to be the end of this because I know when I move on to the other video. Let's get 59 minutes. So I want to get 56 minutes, but I'm just past that. Let's get 59 minutes because I want to pull the other videos out. I want you to, so this is the end of his little wrap-up show. Listen to Captain Tazariak, man. Always take notes on what Captain Tazariak is saying right here. This is how you go through it. This is how you run the gauntlet. Go ahead.
Answer these questions as quickly as possible.
Okay.
No, that's not a commercial. That's his little segment.
Are black people always late?
No.
Is the black woman God?
No.
Is the white man the devil?
Yes.
Is it okay to hate?
Yes.
Is the ISUPK uniting the races or dividing them?
We're uniting the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
Is it a sin to sleep with a white woman?
Yes.
Have you ever slept with a white woman?
No.
Is homosexuality good or evil?
Evil.
True or false? Is Jesus black?
True.
It's like if I
True
could.
or false?
Go ahead. Go ahead, senor.
Oh,
I
mean, you know he know the answer. That's why he's asking these questions. Right. You think it's a sin to sleep with a white woman? He know it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Is homosexual good or bad?
He trying to get like what clarification or something. You know what I'm saying?
He's supposed to be a pastor.
Yeah.
Hold your peace. Yeah, no, he ain't testing him. He's being a devil. Go ahead. Keep playing.
Jesus will return to earth and enslave the white people.
True.
Is it normal to have anger?
No. Yes, it's normal.
Did you have fun?
Absolutely.
Thank you for sitting in.
Listen to this. This is the end.
Tell the folks how they can watch your shows or your podcast or whatever you're doing.
I appreciate it, man. Again, I'm Captain Tazariak of I.S.U.P.K under Commander GEN.YAHANNA. You can find our website, www.isupk.com. We have a few YouTube channels. You can search Black Watch on YouTube with Commander GEN.YAHANNA. He does a radio show every Monday, and he does lives pretty much 3 to 4 times throughout the week. I have a radio show along with Captain Katazar. It's called Cross the Line Radio, which broadcasts every Thursday at 10 p.m. If you want to join our school, you have to be Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian. But if you go to ISUPK.com and select the Contact Us page, you can find a city closer to you. We're in United States. We're in South America. We're in Europe. We're in the West Indian Islands. And that's my time. I appreciate you having me on, Jesse.
Thanks.
Also, too, just before, one more thing. We also have a prison department for the brothers and sisters that are in prison. If you have a family member that's in prison, you can reach out to us. We'll work with those brothers and sisters. You can email us at isupkpd@gmail.com. Thanks, Jesse. I appreciate you having me.
Amazing.
Hold on, listen to it.
Merry Christmas to you, man.
No, I'll celebrate that. Come on, Jesse.
Listen to him.
So you telling me, you believe a white man coming down a chimney to bring gifts?
I look forward to Santa on the 25th. I wake up early. I clean my chimney out on the 24th.
Hey, Jesse might be that beta, Jesse.
Maybe, but I love Santa.
All right, kill it. He said you might be the beta. He said maybe, but I love Santa. Pull up the other video. Pull up the.
Maybe, but I love the white man.
That's exactly right. That's exactly the spirit that I needed you to see. I may be a beta, but I love the white man. Yeah, get rid of that one. We done with that one.
So what you want?
I want you to pull up the same one with him on there. Be out in this cat. This is your Christian pastor that wants you to vote. He admitted to being a beta. He showed he was a beta. He showed that he hates black people, and he's supposed to be standing strong against the LGBT community. But let's find out. You got it? I know I sent you a lot of stuff.
The video, right?
Yeah, the video.
Okay, I got it.
Is that it?
Yep. Jesse Peterson.
No, it's another one. That's one of them, but it's another one.
This?
I gotta see it. Hit play. Let me see. I know it's a devil. Yep, that's it. Hit play on that.
I gotta get it up first.
Okay. So this is the same black dude. They talking about the same black dude that we just got through listening to. Now he wants you to vote. He loves the white man. We just got through hearing how he loves the white man. Let's see what the white man got to say about him. Go ahead.
Me to address this issue, and I'm ready to address it today. I've been waiting for the story to develop a little bit. Some of you might remember this guy named Jesse Lee Peterson.
Mm-hmm.
Jesse Lee Peterson is sort of a prominent black conservative. He's a Christian pastor. He has a men's counseling center in Los Angeles, which I've been to when I was on Jesse's program a couple of years ago. His studio and his radio show all go out of the same building. I believe it's called the Bond in Los Angeles. And it turns out, it appears,
this your Christian
that the
pastor?
very openly homophobic, anti-gay Christian pastor Jesse Lee Peterson is gay.
Right.
And
False.
I'm going to talk about.
Now he's very openly homophobic. That's what they call him. Anti-lesbian Christian pastor is gay. I'll let you in on the secret. All of them are. You get what I'm saying? All of them that act like they're against it so hard is always for it. Go ahead.
I'll let you in on a bigger secret. We already knew.
Right. Christianity is the rooting ground for homosexuality.
Right.
We see it all the time in the black church. All the goddamn choir directors are always extra flamboyant, for lack of better terms. Right? You get what I'm saying? Extra flamboyant.
Super zesty.
They hated it. That's what they have that spirit. My older generation know what I'm talking about.
Not the flamboyant. That's like it. You must have got white man. Everything's good. Niggas say flamboyant.
If anything, he probably raped an oppressor the way he loved him. Just take all of my love. Take my love juice.
Just climb down the chimney.
Right.
I'm gonna clean it out for you.
Right. Let's hit play.
My experience with him, which included him being pretty handsy with me, to be perfectly honest. I wasn't sexually harassed. I didn't feel intimidated or anything. But at the time, I just wrote it off to this. This guy's just a character. You know, he's just handsy. But I'm going to get back to that. Okay. So here's the story. The Daily Beast now reporting allegations of manosphere pastors' gay past, royal macho men. Jesse Lee Peterson has emerged as one of the right's most vocal anti-gay figures, but his one-time friends now allege that the pastor has had many same-sex relationships. There are I'm not going to give you every claim, but there are so many stories now of people saying, I was involved in sexual, men saying I was involved in sexual activity with Jesse Lee Peterson.
All right, stop that. So now we know. So now his secret is out. He's being rooted out by the oppressor. There's another video with him being confronted and he takes off. Yeah, find that video if you could. And I'm saying this is the guy that you're going to believe to go vote. He telling you to go vote. He wants you to help make America great again. Listen, you can believe all these talk that these Christian pastors is bringing out if you want to. These Christian pastors is goddamn lies, man. If you could, let me get the Deuteronomy scripture about voting and the dumb dog, if you could, former part.
What you say, voting?
Yeah, I'm on the one in Deuteronomy, I believe it's 17.
You know where it's at, Quadoc.
Yeah. So you pull the dumb dogs. You got that scripture about voting? Let's get it. Nice and loud so the people can hear you.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 17, verse 15.
GEN.YAHANNA, if you could, I want you to pull Limitations 4 and 17. Go ahead, keep reading, Quadoc.
Come. Thou shalt any wise set him king over thee.
Do what?
Thou shalt any wise set him king over thee.
Keep going.
Come, whom the Lord thy God shall choose.
I guess the Lord thy God chose Donald Trump. He chose Bush. He chose Obama. Keep going.
One from among thy brethren.
From where?
From among thy brethren.
Keep going.
Thou shalt set king over thee.
Gotta be black, Hispanic, or Native Indian man. Not woman, man. That's right. Set king over thee. You got that scripture in Lamentations?
The woman king.
Right? Go ahead, keep reading.
Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee.
Damn right. Can't set a stranger over you. Who's the stranger? Someone who is not black, Hispanic, or Native Indian. Keep going.
Come. Which is not thy brother.
Which is not what?
Not that brother.
No, the way he say, he was like, the white man is your brother.
Right. It's your neighbor.
Your neighbor. Go ahead, Chinya.
I was lucky, but Obama was black.
Right.
Look at his skin.
Right. You got that in Limitations, GEN.YAHANNA? Limitations 4 and 17, nice and loud.
This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 17.
Go ahead.
As for us.
As for who?
As for us.
As for who?
As for us.
This is the problem with voting. Voting ain't gonna change a goddamn thing, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. Listen to the scripture. Keep going.
Our eyes have yet failed for our vain help.
For our what?
For our vain help.
We looking for help from the oppressor. Keep going.
And our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
We watching for the oppressor to save us. The same oppressor that wants to take our black athletes and butt break them.
Right.
Right. Go ahead, priest.
And even though we are voting, you know what I'm saying? After we done voted, we got shot down in the streets by police.
Mm-hmm.
We got shot in the stores in the grocery stores. Mm-hmm. We got shot down in the Christian church. You know what I'm saying?
They say vote or die. We voted and we still died.
Right.
We died before we voted. We died after we voted.
Because this nation cannot save us. You know what I'm saying?
Damn right. Damn right. You got that other video of him running. If you couldn't find it, no sweat.
With his other brother up here with him?
Nah.
I'm going to pull it up. What's wrong?
Nope, that's not it. If you can't find it, no sweat. We move on to the other story.
That might not happen.
Yeah, no sweat. Maybe I didn't send it to you. So we about to switch gears, man. I had to touch on that voting thing. I want you to start pulling the Kyrie videos. I want you to pull the video of Kyrie when he first was when they tried to make him apologize. The very first one that you was watching when we first got here. Like my thing, yep, that's the one. Take that from the beginning. My thing is this, man. We done apologizing, white America. For what? For finding out who the hell we are? If Kyrie has to apologize for saying that he is a Jew, right? If he has to apologize for being right, then that means the dynamics of everything has changed and we can no longer accept what was meant to be right as right anymore. That means that every woman who has ever been raped must apologize to the raper because he doesn't like being outed.
And not only that, I don't want
Everybody who has ever committed a crime is owed an apology by their accusers.
Right.
So every child is supposed to apologize to every single pedophile that they ratted out.
You're right. They must. Go ahead,
They have to.
And we so quick to apologize to a person, man. But we see how these celebrities act when it comes to the poor of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You know what I'm saying? Acting all crazy. You know, we done seen Ezekiel Elliott in the club. We done seen P. Diddy when it comes to offending our brother. We don't want to apologize to our brothers. But when it comes to this oppressor hurting their money, we you know what I'm saying, want to apologize, man.
I like to say, Black America, it's me. I apologize. I messed up.
Right.
My bad.
Keep that same goddamn aggressive attitude that you have towards your brother.
Makes sense to
Nigga,
me.
I ain't apologizing nothing.
Right.
Oh, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like straight up, that's what we do. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to apologize to our brothers, but we quick to apologize to the oppressor. I'm sorry I offended you. We go to him alone. You know what I'm saying? We do what the scriptures that say when it comes to the oppressor.
Right. Let's play that video, man. Listen to Kyrie, man. I like this spirit on him at first. This spirit right here. This is the spirit he should have kept.
And it's a title given to Christ, Philippians 2:11. And my name translates in the Hebrew language as Yahweh. So I went on to Amazon Prime. I was like, you know what, let me see if there are any documentaries on Yahweh. So went in the search bar, typed in Yahweh, that came up. Went out and shared it on my platform. That was my night. In terms of the backlash or what people call it, we're in 2022. History is not supposed to be hidden from anybody. And I'm not a divisive person when it comes to religion. I embrace all walks of life. You see it on all my platforms. I talk to all races, all cultures, all religions. And my response would be, it's not about educating yourself on what Semitism is and what anti-Semitism is. It's really about learning the root words of where these come from and understanding that this is an African heritage that is also belonging to the people. Africa is in it, whether we want to dismiss it or not. So the claims of anti-Semitism and who are the original chosen people of God, and we go into these religious conversations and it's a big no-no. I don't live my way like that. I don't live my life that way. Excuse me, I grew up in a melting pot, and I say a melting pot of all races: white, black, red, yellow, Jewish, Christian, Muslim, and you can see the way I live
sound like a good brother to me. He loves everybody. Ain't that what the white man wants?
Because I'm not identifying any one group or race of people, but I'm in a unique position to have a level of influence on my community. And what I post does not mean that I support everything that's being said or everything that's being done, or I'm campaigning for anything. All I do is post things for my people in my community and those that it's actually going to impact. Anybody else that has criticism, and obviously wasn't meant for them.
Pause. Listen, you know why I don't go to the gay pride parade? Oh, that's a hard question for y'all niggas to answer. Y'all niggas was looking stunned. You don't go? Go ahead. I mean, but people do go. People, right? Listen, listen. The reason why you won't see any brothers from this organization at the Gay Pride Parade is because, like Kanye said, if it offends you, then apparently it's not for you. Right? The Gay Pride Parade offends me. Therefore, I know it's not for me. I know this information that they're pushing out is not meant for me.
Right.
It offends me. So I don't go. Do that mean that I go tell them gay people that they have to apologize for wearing dildos on their forehead like unicorns? Listen, the Gay Pride Parade offends me. They owe me an apology.
Right.
Them wearing dildos on their forehead is anti-heterosexual. I love vagina. They should not be loving Rod around me. That is offensive to me. They owe me an apology.
Right.
That is anti-heterosexual, and that is hate. Not being heterosexual, being anti-heterosexual is hate. The Pride Parade is hate, and they owe us an apology. They owe all my niggas who love vagina an apology. What? It don't work like that? Don't work like that. Let's finish here what Kyrie got to say. He clearly said, listen, if you don't like it, then it wasn't meant for you. Right. It's that simple. If you don't like it, it's not meant for you. Keep going. Watch more on the video. Makes sense to me.
Hopefully, I'm understanding what you said, and I want to make sure I get it right because I don't want to misquote any part of it.
I don't expect understanding from a media conglomerate group that should sincerely talks about the game of basketball and then bring up religion as.
He said, hopefully I'm getting this right. So now this is a sports reporter, right? Now this sports reporter wants to talk religion. Why the hell is any of these so-called sports reporter or athletes or any of these people talking religion? Keep going.
If it's correlative at times when it's convenient for people to bring it up. So please just be direct with your question so we can move on from this and I could talk about the game and go home to my son, Elohim, and my wife, Marlene, okay?
Am I to take it that this was what you shared was not something that you've even watched? This was, you did watch it or either watch it or read it.
Read a lot. Read a whole bunch. Good and bad about the truth of our world.
So then do you, I guess, understand or not understand those that might imply that that work had anti-Semitic leanings in it? I only ask this because the tweet is still up there, so
we're in 2022. It's on Amazon, a public platform. Whether you want to go watch it or not is up to you. There's things being posted every day. I am no different than the next human being, so don't treat me any different.
Pause.
You guys.
Where is that same energy for these videos with bitches shaking their ass all in the videos? Where is the same energy for movies like 12 Years a Slave? And I'm probably the only Negro alive that's never watched 12 Years a Slave. You know why? Because just the name of the goddamn movie offended me. 12 Years a Slave. Why the hell are we still making slave movies in 2019, 2022 about niggas being beat up as slaves? Where's it going to be the slave movie? You make all these goddamn make-believe movies. Let's see a make-believe movie about a nigga just breaking out of slavery and enslaving every goddamn devil there is that walks the goddamn earth. If you can make a goddamn Avengers movie, I'm pretty sure you can make it happen.
Right?
Go ahead, Priest.
It's like it, because I actually seen that movie. And like if you seen the movie, it just brought it out that the oppressor, the devil, the Bible speaks of, because this was supposed to be a so-called free black man.
Took him into slavery anyway.
Took that nigga into slavery anyway. It took him 12 years to get out that thing. You know what I'm saying? From his family. And you know that didn't happen to many brothers, man. You know what I'm saying? It happens all the goddamn time.
We're witnessing that happen now.
Right? Damn right. When we go to prisons, taken away from our family and shot down in the streets or on the reservation.
Right. Go ahead, Shinya.
I forget who was talking about it. I'm offended I can't remember this right now. But I believe somebody was talking about, I forget if it was Abraham Lincoln that was in office at the time. But basically, you know, everybody was talking about how he's supposed to free the slaves and stuff. When I think I heard that, so after he got supposedly freeing the slaves, you know, everybody gave him cards and shit like that, made him, you know, legally free. I heard that he ended up snatching up a few, putting them back in his basement or something like that. And then basically just kept a bunch of slaves. Like he was just known for owning a bunch of them. Even after, you know, like I said, he supposedly freed them. Like at the end of the day, like his spirit is never going to change.
All right, so you trying to tell me that the oppressor's the devil? Not according to Jesse Lee Peterson. Right. The oppressor is not the devil, and he's not a homosexual, according to him. Right. And you should vote. Right. Go ahead, Mighty Man. Go ahead, Priest.
I give you a perfect example as 12 years as a slave situation.
Right.
True story. Let's say you went to prison. First time felony. You did your time, did 5 years or whatever. You get out. They send you a letter in the mail saying, okay, you got your voting rights back. You go vote. Then the feds show up at your door 3 months later and arrest you. Because, you know what I'm saying?
Because you voted.
You know what I mean? But you got a letter in the mail from the government or whoever saying that you're entitled to vote. There's like a couple of situations like that going on right now. Sister down in Florida. You know what I'm saying? She did time for whatever, I think murder or whatever. Did her time, she's like 50-some years old, you know what I mean? She get a letter in the mail, and they say she entitled to vote again. She got a vote right back. You know what I'm saying? That she go vote. You know what I'm saying? I think, well, the U.S. Marshal show up to that door and
So what you try to tell me, you want me to believe that the oppressor's the goddamn devil. You just want me to believe that. But you don't have no proof about it, huh? That story don't prove the oppressor's the devil. That's just like that one sister who lied about her child living in a certain district so her child could go to a better school, going to prison, while them white people, the famous white people at that, was paying other people to take their kids' SAT scores and pass while their kids weren't even going to that college. That don't prove the oppressor's the devil either, right? That's what y'all want me to believe. I stand with Jesse Lee Peterson. He's not a homosexual, and the white man is not the devil.
Right.
I stand with him. That's what you trying to convince me otherwise. You can't. Get the hell out of here, man. The oppressor is and always has been the goddamn devil. The Bible speaks of, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man.
That's right.
Let's get some more on this video. Actually, let's get it because I want you to see him snap. Kyrie Irving about to go in. Hold your point, priest. I want you to remember that story that you was talking
Come
about
in here
earlier.
and make up this powerful influence I have over top of the adultery of, oh, you cannot post that. Why not?
Good question. Why not? Is that us?
No.
Oh, that's him?
I'm not here to be divisive on what's going on this or that. I'm not comparing Jews to blacks.
He was talking about
I'm not doing that.
how white
that
people
conversation is
just hollering nigger this and nigger that,
and it constantly revolves around the rhetoric of who are the chosen people of God. And I'm not here to argue over a person or a culture or religion or what they believe. No, this is what is here. It's on a public platform. Did I do anything illegal? Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, did I do anything illegal?
Next video.
Did I hurt anybody?
He cutting them. Did I hurt anybody? Who did I physically put my hands on? He cutting them. Any one of them. I stand. I don't think I can say it's us. And oh man, this is a good one. Let's get this one. Go ahead. No, this is what they want him to do. We're going to get it in the video. So we know what they're trying to do with Kyrie Irving. Let's get it.
NBA Commissioner Adam Silver issued a statement saying Irving made a, quote, reckless decision to post a link to a film containing deeply offensive anti-Semitic material. He added he is, quote, disappointed that he has not offered an unqualified apology and will be meeting with Irving in the next week. This is the first time that any statement from the team, from the league, or the PA has specifically addressed Irving. Here now with Janae Agumake, Richard Jefferson, Vince Carter, and our guest, Rabbi Erez Sherman from Sinai Temple here in.
They brought a goddamn rabbi on ESPN to talk about the Kyrie Irving situation.
What he got to do with sports?
Hold on. We about to get into it.
He owns it. Nah, look at that.
All right? I thought the Jewish man didn't own all the social media and all of this TV show. Why the hell is a goddamn... Somebody type in, we got questions, we got any viewers, what's going on?
So we got a sister on here.
So I need to know, why the hell is a rabbi on ESPN?
Right.
And wait till you see what this devil has to say.
We don't even go together.
All about Kyrie Irving giving blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians an identity.
Right.
He said we are the Jews of the Bible, and it's a problem. They have brought a rabbi on there. Listen to what this devil got to say, boy. The white man is truly the goddamn devil. I don't give a damn. Go play.
Sherman from Sinai Temple here in Los Angeles. Thank you so much
Watch this shit right here.
Rabbi, I want to start with you here. What is your reaction to all that we just heard from Kyrie Irving?
The reaction was that when I was a child, I met people that were different than me on a basketball court. Not necessarily in my synagogue or even in my Jewish school, but on a basketball court. And so the fact that this ball is tearing people apart right now, it not only makes me mad, but it makes me scared. And not scared for myself, but actually scared for my own children.
Pause.
You should be.
Pause.
You know what I'm saying?
It makes me scared. It makes me scared, not just for myself, but for my kids. I'm so scared.
Right.
Now he's a victim.
Right.
He's a victim. Listen, I made a post on Facebook. So from 41 to 45, supposedly 6 million Jews died in the so-called Holocaust, right? This is what America wants me to believe. This is America wants me to believe from 41 to 45, and that's pushing the years. Right. That's extra 2 years added on, supposedly. So let's just say that's true from that time frame to that time frame. They want me to believe that 6 million Jews died in the Holocaust, but they also want me to believe, I Googled it all, Wikipedia, I Googled it all, right? They also want me to believe that from the 1500s to the 19th century, only 4 million black people died in the transatlantic. 4 million black people died in the transatlantic slave trade. They want me to believe that math. So they want me to believe the math that in the course of, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. So in the course of 4 years, 6 million Jews died. But in the course of 400 years, only 4 million slaves died. So in the course of 4 years, 6 million Jews died in the Holocaust, but in the course of 400 years, only 4 million slaves died in the transatlantic slave trade. That's what America wants me to believe. He's scared. This devil right here is scared. Hit play.
And if I could.
Go ahead, priest.
And the reason they, you gotta understand, if we the real Jews, that's just gonna, cause uproar and chaos. Well, these goddamn devils been lying for over I don't know how many years. If they the real Jews, then who the hell are y'all? You know what I'm saying? The people are gonna start questioning that, right? People are, you know what I'm saying, man. Like I said, man, the scriptures, it must be fulfilled when it say nation shall rise up against nation, and that every nation shall go into their own and go back to their own land, man. Black people are gonna come together because it gotta happen, because the scripture says that. And that's why the Lord is using these goddamn celebrities, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why more people are stopping to come by our camps. But we've been out here. You know what I'm saying? We've been out here since 1969, man. You understand? They are not qualified to lead the people, but we are. You know what I'm saying?
Damn right, priest. Heavy. I can't argue with nothing you just said. Let's get some more on the scripture, Shinya. I mean, on the video. So, lock it.
Kids in my own community and the kids around the world that take a tweet up there in the Twitterverse and the Instagram and the social media and take it as truth.
Please rewind it just a little bit. I want you to go back to the part where he said he's scared. Now, mind you, they got a rabbi on ESPN. And before you play that video, I have a question, right? When Dylan Storm Roof shot up the church, right?
Right.
Y'all remember the black leader that they put on ESPN? What was his name? What was the black leader that they put on ESPN?
The black leader?
Yeah. The black dude.
Was it Howard Sharpton? No. Jesse Jackson? No.
What was that black leader that they put on ESPN to talk about the church shooting that happened in Columbine?
Who was he?
Exactly. They put nobody on goddamn ESPN to talk about black people dying. Nobody died from what Kyrie Irving said. He said something. But whenever crimes are committed against black people, where's the black leaders? Why come ESPN didn't put no black leader on there? Where was our black leader at? They pull Rabbi, I steal anybody identity I want from the synagogue of hell and put him on ESPN, but you couldn't find one black leader to speak on the crimes done against black. Remember when George Floyd got choked out on national TV for everybody to see? What was the name of that black leader that they put on ESPN? What was the name of that black leader that they put on ESPN like they're doing now? What was the name of him? When we watched George Floyd get a knee put on his goddamn neck for 9 minutes, what's the name of that black dude that went on ESPN to talk about how it made his community feel and how it's unsafe and it's very dangerous and, oh, I got kids to raise and I'm afraid not for me but for my kids? Where was that guy at? Damn, what's his name? It's Mr. It Doesn't Fuck. Ooh, Salakia. And Mr. It Doesn't Exist. No, man, that ain't no long time ago. The point that I'm trying to make is that they never do that for black people. What they're doing now, they never do for black people. Rabbi don't give a shit about you, black man. He doesn't care. They never do this for black people. We've been through who? Remember when they just had the reunion or the remembrance of the Oklahoma massacre, and they put that one guy on ESPN to talk about all the pain and tragedy and suffering that this people went through and how it made they community. What's his name? Oh, Mister, he doesn't fucking exist. The goddamn white man is the devil the Bible speaks of. And this right here ain't nothing but a ploy. This is a war tactic to destroy blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. They put this rabbi on here, and the first thing he said is he's afraid. Afraid of what? Words?
Right.
Words? You're afraid of words?
Right.
Let me get his words just moving in butter.
Psalms 55 and 23.
You got me feeling like Commander GEN.YAHANNA. You know what scripture I want. Looking at Captain Mashak. Quickly, man. Quickly.
Right.
We need the scripture so we can have a sense of understanding of what's happening here. Go ahead, please.
Right. And not to mention, Shalaki, ain't nobody out here killing the goddamn Jewish man.
When it is crimes committed against them, it's committed by another white person.
Damn right.
Black people ain't going to spray paint nothing on a synagogue. We don't have time for that.
Who's that? The Palestinians? And they were dropping bombs and you know what I'm saying? They got weapons. They had weapons that were shooting missiles out the skies.
Listen, we don't attack them. Black people do not attack white people. And when they do, they go to prison for a long time. We don't attack them. They attack us. What the hell is he afraid of? We don't shoot up Walmarts. We don't shoot up schools. Where the hell was the black leader to talk about that devil that ran into that grocery store in Buffalo and committed genocide against them innocent black people who was just goddamn it grocery shopping? Where was ESPN now then putting leaders on there to speak about that? And you still gonna watch basketball, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. You still gonna finish out the football season. You still gonna keep supporting this goddamn devil after he destroys your brothers in front of your very eyes. You's a goddamn sellout at this point, man. I have no love for you. If you still watching basketball at this point, you worse than the goddamn crackhead.
It's a lot, the other one.
Go ahead.
I got something for you. I got a precept, man. Hey, what's the precept for this? Why these people are uproaring in chaos? Why are they so in chaos? He just said something. What's the precept to that? Give me what you know what I'm saying? What's the precept to that? That these devils are panicking. You know what I'm saying? All he did was spoke. He didn't do nothing, no harm to them. What is the precept to that?
It made me think of one. I know it's one. Let me see real quick. Is it this one?
No.
That was the one I'm thinking of.
No, I got it. Hey, that's huh?
What's the word though?
What's the precept?
Got you. Our warfare is not carnal, but spiritual.
I'm right.
Or you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, he just speaking. He didn't have to go get no guns for the whole world to go in chaos. All he did was spoke the truth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Our warfare is not carnal. We don't need guns. All we gotta do is keep these laws, statutes, commandments, keep doing what we've been doing, and going out to them street corners, man.
Right.
That's all he did was spoke some words.
I forgot what precept I just said.
You know what I'm saying?
It show slipped my mind.
You know what I'm saying?
Because this thing just gets you so just hyped up. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't want to get off topic and stuff like, but can I ask questions?
Yeah. We definitely about to get into some questions. I do want to finish this video with this rabbi real quick because we need to hear this because we got to understand this is a war tactic. You know what I'm saying? His words are smoother than butter. Listen to his words. Keep going. Play the video. This rabbi words is smoother than butter. He's about to speak so elegantly. Butter him up. So throw some biscuits with the goddamn honey on it. That's how he about to do it. Let's get it.
Myself, but
let me get this word just moving in butter. I want that precept. Matter of fact, don't worry about the
kids around the world that take a tweet up there in the Twitterverse and the Instagram and the social media and take it as truth, and then take that.
Pause.
Sometimes
he said you could take something and tweet it and make it as truth, and then you know the world is on it. You mean like Donald Trump did? You mean like how he tweeted something out there, told them to storm the Capitol, and they did? You mean like that, Mr. White Man, Rabbi? Keep going.
To action.
And some people might see this, as you mentioned, as just a social media post, but I always pride myself on educate myself so that I can educate others.
This bitch ain't educated
us
shit.
as
Shut
to
up,
real-life
bitch.
consequences of a post like this.
Absolutely. The real life consequences start in a tweet, but end up in my driveway here in Los Angeles when I get a baggie saying the Jews are responsible.
You hear what he said? Go back a little bit, just a little bit. Listen to what this devil say. You see, it started off as a tweet, but then it just ends up as a baggie in my driveway. Keep going.
Consequences start in a tweet, but end up in my driveway here in Los Angeles when I get a baggie saying the Jews are responsible for COVID, the Jews are responsible for XYZ. The real life consequences.
Pause. So you're trying to tell me that he's getting things on his property? Go ahead, Shinya.
Slovakia. Correct me if I'm wrong, but who was it? Michael Jordan. LeBron James. That was a brother that had his
gate.
Yeah, his gate spray painted with nigger on it.
Yep. And it was an old school basketball player, Wilt Chamberlain. Ain't that the one that just died, played for the Celtics? Was it Bill Russell? Bill Russell that just died, played for the Celtics. They broke into his house and literally, forgive my language, what I'm about to tell y'all. They broke into his house when he moved to Boston, spray painted nigger all over the inside of his house, and took a shit in his bed. This is a true story. Broke into his house, tore up the house, stole everything, spray painted nigger everywhere, and took a shit in his bed. But they put a baggie in his driveway saying that they're responsible for COVID. Kid play.
So, Lockie, if I could.
Go ahead.
That was polite compared to what everybody else got. That was beyond polite.
They want you to feel so bad about the suffering of white people.
Right? So
Suffering of the hurt feelings of white people is world news.
Yo.
While you're deaf, shut the hell up about dying black people. Go ahead, Shinya. Hold your point. Go ahead, Shinya.
So, Lockie, if I could, that is crazy, bro. This devil was hurt by this baggie he had a baggie put in his driveway with
supposedly
with a note that said you are not the real Jews.
So,
me and you literally
they didn't even put that. They put you responsible for COVID. That's what he said. They put a baggie in his yard and said you're responsible for COVID. That's what he fears.
But me and you literally just got done doing the class on the fact that they literally just dug up 21 bodies from the Tulsa, Oklahoma. They are still finding bodies of black Mexican Native Indians.
We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. Go ahead, Tazabah.
Remember back in the day, the black, sports, you know what I'm saying? It was the whitest, the blacks and all that. And then, like, blacks, you know what I'm saying? It was cold and everything.
You mean how we used to dominate?
Yeah.
Then they start putting niggas on the team?
Throwing stuff at us, you know what I'm saying? Throwing, you know what I'm saying? Everything. And, like, hating on them, you know what I'm saying?
But Tazabah, I need you to understand, we're not here to talk about the pain of black people. We're here to talk about the pain of the white man. Right. Because your pain don't matter, black man. Your suffering doesn't matter. What matters is the white man. We have to all come together. Here, hold my hand, Kumpar, so we can pray for the white man.
Kumbaya.
Right. That's what we have to do. After this, we're going to have a prayer circle for white America. Because their suffering matters.
Right.
Your suffering don't matter. It don't matter what our forefathers went through. Slavery doesn't matter.
They put a bag in front of
Only
his
the
house.
Holocaust does. The bag, can't believe they dare put a bag. And not only that, but they're littering. What about the environment?
Right.
They're anti-environment. They're anti-fresh air.
It's a global warming.
Global warming. Keep going. Listen to this devil here. Mind you, this is on ESPN. ESPN is a sports network. So now that they want to get political, I expect them to be on every single solitary thing that has to pertain to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Because when they were trying to kick the Native Indians off of their little land, they didn't say nothing about the pipelines and them out there murdering Native Indians and running pipelines through protected goddamn land. They're not speaking on Native Indian women going missing. They do got a Netflix show about it, though, so they can drive in more views and get that money. They got a Netflix show about Native Indian women going missing and being murdered and raped and sold into sex trafficking. But ESPN ain't gonna speak on the real facts about it. but the white man feelings is hurt. And this is what's the most important. This is more important than basketball on ESPN. Go ahead, Shinya.
So, Lucky, that right there, that is just something else. Something else that's deviant in its own right. They're making money off of the backs of Black Hispanics and Native Indians, like how they usually do. Like they are literally making a documentary off of Native Indian sisters coming up missing, and ain't none of this money going.
It ain't a documentary; it's a show. It's a TV show. Like they getting paid. It's like watching.
Well, the point is that they making it.
It's like watching Game of Thrones.
Well, the point is they making it, and ain't none of this going to the reservation. Ain't none of this going to the brothers and sisters who are suffering off of this.
If you let me finish, I can finish telling you how your suffering don't matter, and only the white man does. That's what this video is about. That's why ESPN brought this out, because whatever you're going through does not matter. It is all about the suffering of the white man.
You're like the rock in this mug. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, jabroni.
Yeah, you jabroni.
Or in this case, Negro.
Right?
Also,
Like, God,
Negro.
More black people watch the ESPN.
Right?
They know how to reach you.
We got to listen. White man suffering is important. Let's figure out the things that's hurting him, so we can fix it.
Right?
Let's get the video.
So we need to figure out how to please him.
Yeah, let's figure out what's hurting him so we can care more.
When last week in my own Jewish school of middle school students,
his own Jewish school, pause.
Their coach was.
He has his own Jewish school. What, just Jewish people in there?
Damn.
His own Jewish school. Just last week in his own Jewish school. How dare they, in his own Jewish school. God damn it. Not the Jewish school. Not in his own Jewish school.
Right.
In his own, just last week. This just happened, but just last week in his own Jewish school. Hit play. Let's find out what happened in his own Jewish school.
Is not Jewish. They're having an argument or a discussion about Kanye.
The teacher that's not Jewish.
And the coaches, yes, I believe.
Go back.
That was the only.
I want you to hear the part that happened in his own Jewish school. Keep going.
This and the coaches, yes, I believe with Kanye. That was the only adult on the bus.
Go back.
And those kids were scared about consequences. Are when last week in my own Jewish school of middle school students on their way to a flag football game, their coach who was not Jewish, they're having an
on their way to a flag football game. Put on real pads, sissies. Salaki, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I don't want to offend the flag football players. They be protesting outside the school. Flag football matters. Listen, their coach, who is not Jewish. Can y'all believe this? It's an all-Jewish school. It's flag football, and they have a coach. Now, I have serious questions here. Now, this is some serious questions. I want y'all to bear with me. First of all, and anybody can answer this question. Why the hell do you need a coach for a flag football team? What are you coaching them to do? They're not tackling. It's not two-hand touch. Why the hell do you have a coach for a flag football team? That's a serious question. And the other question is this. Why does he have to indicate that he wasn't Jewish? Because this is the story that he needs to get you to understand how hurt he is and how hurt his kids are. Hit play. Listen to the story. Tell me if I'm the only person that believes this shit is made up. Go ahead.
Argument or a discussion about Kanye and Adidas, and the coaches, yes, I believe with Kanye. That was the only adult on the bus. And those kids were scared out of their mind, but they were.
He said that the coach said, I believe in Kanye. And he said, that was the only adult on the bus. So they're on the bus. Mind you, he said that was the only adult on the bus. They're on the bus. Flag football team. Don't ask me why they need a coach, but they're on their way to a game, and they're having a discussion about Adidas and Kanye West. And the coach says that he agrees with Kanye. And he says, that's the only adult on the bus. The bus driver wasn't an adult. So I guess it was a little kid driving the bus. That's my first assessment. The second assessment is this. If these kids are so, what's the word I'm looking for? If these kids are so unversed and don't really know the left from right, these are middle school kids, because he's trying to make it seem like how innocent they are, right? and they don't have anything. They don't know what's going on in the world. These are little teenage kids. They're middle schoolers. They're 13, 14, 15, 16 years old. They don't know what's going on, but they're having a whole discussion with Kanye and Adidas, and they're asking this coach what he thinks, and he says, "Yeah, I believe Kanye." So I would like to know. So he's let it be known that the coach isn't Jewish, right? What color was the coach? Since you're giving all this goddamn information, was he a Negro? I just have a hard time believing that a black man would accept a role as a flag football coach in a Jewish school. Hell no, that's just not our cup of tea. But anyway, okay, he sides with Kanye, and instead of him, never mind. I'll let it talk to herself. Let's get the rest. So he's offended that he sided with Kanye, and mind you, this is all Jewish school. This is his kids. He sided with Kanye, and he premised that by saying, "This is the only adult on the bus." Go ahead.
Were educated and they were able to defend themselves.
Rewind it a little bit
And the
back.
last consequence was from an email like, those kids were scared out of their mind, but they were educated and they were able to defend themselves. And the last consequence was from an email I got from a 4th grader yesterday. It says, "I love wearing Kyrie shoes. And I am so sad in my heart that I put those shoes away." And so
Stop.
those are consequences.
He said from a 4th grader. He got an email from a 4th grader. Am I the only one that's finding this shit unbelievable? An email from a 4th grader that said, "I love wearing Kanye shoes. I mean, not Kanye, but Kyrie shoes. But now I'm going to have to put them in the closet." Listen, let me tell you something. We know that's not a goddamn lie. Remember what happened when LeBron James just simply left Cleveland?
Right.
They burned this nigga jersey, crucified this nigga like he was Christ. They had pictures of this nigga crucified, burning him. like they hated him for leaving, let alone saying something. You want me to believe what this devil said? I know I told you not to pull that scripture, so I'll paraphrase it. His words are smoother than butter, but war is in his heart.
That's right.
It sounds real smooth what he's saying, but at the end of the day, he's provoking war. He wants war on blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Everything that's coming out this devil's mouth is a lie.
Right.
Is a lie. Scared for what? This man said nothing for you to be scared of. And he's saying that it's going to lead to other things. So with that being said, there should be some statistics behind this. Show me the emails that any black person of influence have sent out to gather a whole bunch of black people to come and then run into, let's say, a place like, I'm just throwing this out. I'm just making this up as I go along. It ain't like these is real events that happen. But let's just say somebody sent out an email, right? Metaphorically speaking, this is a black person, sent out an email, told all black people, we're going to run into, let me just make up an event, maybe the U.S. Capitol on, let me just make up a date, January 6th, and we're going to take people hostage and murder people and things of that nature. Let's just say a black person had that type of influence. Who is that black person? Let me tell you something. Who was that did the Million Man March? Was that Farrakhan? Farrakhan did the Million Man March. The most peaceful thing you ever seen. You ain't never seen so many niggas come together in peace. Why? For their love for the white man. Martin Luther King did the same thing when he gave that I Have a Dream speech. They all went down there on Washington Monument Circle or whatever the hell you want to call it, and they was there listening to him talk about how he loves the white man. A dream of little black boys and little white girls coming together. Whenever black people get together like that, our goal is not to commit violence. But yet and still, Dylan Storm Roof had a manifesto. That other devil that shot up the grocery store had a manifesto. Why ain't where's the white man apologizing for that? Go ahead, Kadak.
Yeah. To piggyback on Louis Farrakhan, he came out and said the blacks are the Jews.
I know. And he's still a Muslim. Which goes to show you that he still loves the white man. Right? Let's get some more on this video.
He's still a Muslim.
He's afraid. Mind you, this Jewish man is afraid.
Right.
Kyrie has started a war. Can't believe he committed such acts of violence.
Right.
Why would Kyrie kill them little Jewish kids like that?
Right? And choose what.
Wait,
believe
he
me,
did.
I watched you guys growing up. You were our role models, but we have to be better role models in terms of our hearts and our souls.
If we could
our hearts and the souls. Go to the next video.
I think we need to start.
This is all for Kyrie Irving. Drop that. Go to the next video. This is all for Kyrie Irving, mind you. Everybody got something to say about Kyrie. It don't matter. We got to get through these videos so we can open it up.
We got time check on one.
I've not seen it. I got it. Let's get the video. Fast forward.
Irvin, and you my thoughts.
Fast forward.
I'm not gonna keep you waiting long for this.
Fast forward, son.
Jay Williams, double down and make Kyrie pay off.
When he starts speaking,
I approach all these. So
right, listen to this. Listen, I'm a Jay Williams fan. I didn't like him at first, but now I'm a fan. I'll show you why. Hit play.
Every day of my life, I approach it with a state of empathy, right?
Where
regardless
is the
what
empathy
color,
for
what
Kyrie Irving?
creed,
I thought God loves
what race
everybody.
you are, I look at people as human
But it was
beings.
about forgiveness.
I think that's important. But life is always about taking a stand and holding principles. So I want to explain what I feel like my stance is as a Black male in this world, okay? And conversations that I've had with my brothers and sisters in the Black community. And I want you guys to empathize with it and hear me on it. So when I hear what Kyrie Irving has to go through in order to be reinstated, I'm appalled. I'm appalled. And let me give you examples of how I feel like we don't have the same energy and hold other people who have dealt with racial tropes accountable. So when Sarah Silverman does blackface, or when Don Imus says nappy-headed hose, or when Howard Stern calls somebody the N-word in the skit, or when Brett Favre takes money from the state of Mississippi, we don't ask them to get sensitivity training. We don't ask them to donate $500,000. We don't ask them to meet with the Black National Caucus. They apologize. And then, you know what? The rest of the world moves on. But what I feel like is happening here, and that's how in the Black community, like we've been told that's how the process works, right? Think about that word. That's how the process works. Oh, somebody does a blackface. All right, it was a misunderstanding. We got it. Okay. You know, is that person really racist? Probably not. Was it ignorant? Probably so. Okay, we understand it. We move forward. We don't like it. We would love to hold them accountable. But society and having a lot of Black people in positions of power, we don't have the governability to do that. But what we feel like happens with Kyrie is even after an apology, it's not enough.
Right.
We feel like there needs to be more. And a lot of people I've spoken to over the last couple of days talk about this thing. Older mentors of mine talk about buck breaking. So we talk about tropes. This is something that we feel like in the Black community that happened way back in the day, where if there was a slave that was defiant, right, he got broken in front of everybody in order to show that he was not in a position of power.
Right.
And that at the end of the day, he had to do what he was told to do because that's what was mandated of him. And there's a bigger situation going on. What's happening with Kyrie Irving? If the Nets don't want him to be there, just say you don't want him to be there. But we should hold everybody accountable, even owners of teams accountable with things that are happening in other countries, i.e. China and Uyghurs and the Muslim genocide that is occurring, that we hear Enes Kanter talk about. But we don't keep the same energy for everybody.
Right.
We pick and choose what conversational points we want to make more polarizing. And I might lose my job. I might lose deal opportunities in the future for speaking out about even the platforms that continue to promote.
Don't expect to see him in ESPN no more.
A movie that is considered anti-Semitic to billions of people. They don't have to be accountable. Who is accountable? But we're going to put everything on the shoulders of Kyrie Irving, who, even though he said, I cannot be anti-Semitic because if I know where I came from, stating that he's one of the 4 lost tribes. He's saying that blacks and Jews come from the same entity, the same thing. But we don't want to understand nuance. We want to be triggered by words, and we like fire, and we like things that are, going viral on social media, and everybody has some kind of hot take, and we're calling people idiots, and we're calling people names because that's what we do.
And he's referring to Shaq, right? Shaquille O'Neal called Kyrie Irving an idiot. I got a question. Does anybody know what school Kyrie Irving went to?
No.
What college you went to? Go ahead.
Harvard?
Nope. Y'all got phones? Y'all want to Google it?
Right.
Once you Google it, don't say nothing. I'm gonna see how good my basketball memory is. But I believe he went to Duke. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe he went to Duke. Go ahead. He went to Duke. So, like, I used to be a big basketball fanatic before I came into the truth. Then one day, Captain Kaposh did a class where he was saying, you know more about basketball than you do the Bible. And it cut me because I did. It cut me because I could tell you everybody basketball stats, but I couldn't tell you nothing about the Bible. So I gave up sports. I got rid of my NFL package. I got rid of my NFL package. I got rid of all the sports in my life and focused strictly on the scriptures because it don't make no sense that I know more about bullshit in the world than I do about the Bible. My history, our history, where we come from. The same thing Kyrie Irving is speaking on. So you call a man an idiot that went to Duke. I thought the goal in the black community was to go to a college like Duke. I thought that was a browning point to go to Duke, Harvard, Yale, the top of the line white schools.
Right.
Go ahead, officer. You got a question back there? I thought you had your hand up. But I thought that was a goal. So for you to call this man an idiot is you an idiot. This man is highly educated. I might think that he knows something. And we know that Duke have programs that they teach things like this. They have medicine programs where they let students travel around the world and get versed in the ways of medicine, not from the white man, but from indigenous tribes. Why do you think all these goddamn pharmaceutical companies get people from these places like Duke and Harvard and Yale? Because I'm going to tell you something. They don't have these programs in our schools. They're not in the HBCUs for sure. And as a matter of fact, the word HBCU should not be used at all if it's not referring to the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under Convention GEN.YAHANNA.
That's right.
But they called him an idiot. This man's far from an idiot. He went to Duke. That's always the goal. Any one of us get a scholarship to Duke right now, we're going to take it. I'm just saying.
I ain't going back.
I'm going to take it.
I'm
going to take it.
No, all expenses paid.
All expenses paid.
That would be
You going to Duke. That don't mean, listen, education is not shown upon here in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge.
That's right.
right.
It is recommended that you get education.
Right.
But there's a difference between being smart and being educated.
Right.
There's a lot of people that think they're smart, but ain't educated. There's a lot of people that is also educated but ain't very smart. There is a balance. What is that balance called? Let's see if you get it. What is the balance? What does the Bible call it? What is the balance between? There's a lot of people who are smart but ain't educated. There's a lot of people that's educated and ain't smart. So according to the Bible, what is the balance called? What do you want?
Hold on.
Go ahead, officer. Wisdom. Clap it up. That's what you want. Wisdom. So you can go to Duke and get educated and become smart and still be wise.
Right. Like Captain Ariel.
Right.
He just got his law.
Right. He wanted to be a lawyer. So it's not frowned upon. So I'm just saying that to say this. Kyrie might be a lot of things, but he's not an idiot.
Right.
He can think the earth is flat all he wants to. He still ain't an idiot. May not be the smartest thing to say. It may not be wise, but he still ain't an idiot. Let's get some more on the video.
Now your Christian pastor.
That's an idiot. That's an idiot. Damn right. Let's get up for that Christian. We just seen one. We just seen one with Captain Tazariak being an idiot. He's a pastor that don't even know his craft. That's an idiot. Go ahead.
I ain't gonna destroy each other, man. I'm not gonna do that. Is Kyrie Irving anti-Semitic? Hell no. Could he have gone about it maybe a different way? That's what I would have advised him to do. I'm not gonna let you guys sit out here and make this dude out to be like he is a villain, like he is a bad person. He is looking to explore his heritage. Now you can crucify me if you want. I don't give a damn anymore. It's time for people to start speaking out with nuance and speaking out on the principles they stand for. That's all I'll say.
And see, Jay Williams brought up something.
All right, kill that video. That was a head. Damn right. Clap that up for that, brother. She knew to clap it up. Our brother brought out something heavy. He said he don't give a damn no more. That's the Lord working through who he wants to work through. Go ahead, Shinya.
It's a lot. It's to elaborate on what that brother was saying, like how you always bring it up. Like you were saying this same thing with Kanye West too. Like how the brother just said. Like he doesn't disagree with Kyrie Irving saying what he said. But like you said, he could have went about it a different way. And this how you could have said it. If he would have referred to the Bible, and that's all right. If he had just referred to the Bible and said, according to the Bible, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the true Jews according.
And then with the Acts 13:1.
Right. Yeah.
Then go to
straight to the scripture. That's all you had to do. Do the cut. They couldn't have said nothing against that. But
they'd have been like, well, you know, King James is a homosexual.
Right.
That's what they'd have said. Anything to discredit the Bible, man.
Right.
Now I know a lot of brothers had questions. Let's get to it. Let's get to the statements. Let's rock it out. No, man. We running behind on time anyway. You know, I had a bunch more videos. So let's get to it. Go ahead, soldier. What you got? You said Matthew's what?
Chapter 8, verse 1.
Go ahead and pull it.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 18, verse 1.
Go ahead.
At the same time came the disciples unto Jesus, saying, who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven? Verse 2. And Jesus called a little child unto him, and set him in the midst of them. Verse 3. And saying, verily, I say unto you, except ye be converted and become as little children, you shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven. I just want to break that on that.
All right. So you said Matthew's 18:1?
Verse 1 through 3.
Verse 1 through 3. All right, let's get it one more time. I'm with you.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 18, verse 1.
Go ahead.
At the same time came the disciples unto Jesus, saying, who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven?
All right, keep going.
Verse 2.
So who's the greatest in the kingdom of heaven? Go ahead.
Verse 2. And Jesus called a little child unto him, and set him in the midst of them.
Yep, called a little kid. Said, come sit right here. Go ahead.
And verse 3. And said, verily I say unto you, except ye be converted and become as little children, ye shall not into the kingdom of heaven.
Let's get 4. Where's your answer?
Whosoever therefore shall humble himself as this little child, the The same is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven.
Do you not get it? Or I'll break it down for you. So, how do I explain it? I'll explain it the way it was explained to me. So, well, I'll explain it a little bit different from it explained to me. Before you knew how to wipe your ass, how did you learn? Did you come out the womb knowing everything? You had to what? You had to learn, right? So, what happens to people that don't want to learn? What does a person say that don't want to learn?
A person that doesn't want to learn, they usually fail.
No, it's something that they say. Go ahead.
I already know that stuff.
Exactly.
I know it.
All right, man. What you telling me this for, man? I already know what to do. Listen, this is what you want to do. Man, I already know what to do. What you telling me for? Man, I got this. Here, hold my beer. You get me? You're not going to listen. You want to be the greatest in the kingdom of heaven? You have to humble yourself like a child. What does a child do? A child that wants to learn comes to you and asks questions. How do you do this? Ooh.
All they do is ask that question.
Where did dinosaurs come from? Where do babies come from? You dread that question from a little kid.
Right.
Where do babies come from? They come from God. Oh, okay. Then when they get a little older and understand a little more, well, how do they come from God? Well, why is a baby in your stomach? How did that happen?
Right.
You dread them questions, right? But you have to humble yourself to teach as well as to learn, right? If you know anything, you're not humble. You know everything. You don't need to know nothing. You have to be like a kid, like the scriptures say. You have to be retaught. You want to be great? You have to be subjected to greatness.
Right?
It's that simple. You want to be great? You have to be subjected to greatness. Like if a person wants to be a evil villain, right? What do? They turn themselves over to perverse evilness. If you want to be great, turn yourself over to greatness, to the Lord. Go ahead.
When you wanted to be a good drug dealer, what did you do?
Mm-hmm.
You learned from the drug dealer that was making all the money.
You watched all the drug movies.
You know what I'm saying?
You listened to all the drug songs.
And you were submission to him. He told you to do this. Hey, go to the corner store and do this. Go to the corner store and bring back a t-shirt.
There's a saying in this school. The best troopers make the best officers. The best officers make the best captains. The best captains make the best generals. Why is that?
The best generals make the best servant, or something like that at the end, it makes the best servant of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Right.
Because that's what it's about. Submitting yourself. You want to be the best? Be in submission to the man above you, to the Most High. That's what that scripture's saying. A kid is going to submit themselves. For example, Mariah, come here. Give me a kiss. Go sit down. But you see the point? Like she submits. She didn't say no. She didn't ask why. She followed. That's what we have to be. And so that means she's an excellent daughter. We want to be excellent sons. All right. Motherfucker, go ahead. Your next question.
Okay, next one I got a question on. I just want to break it up. It's Matthew 23 and 11.
Let's get it.
Okay. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 23, verse 11. But he that is greatest among you shall be your servant. Verse 12. And whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased, and he that humble himself shall be exalted. I want to go look at right there on that.
All right, so I have a question. I'm trying to put it in ways that you can understand. So, like everybody knows who I am, right? Right. But do I when I'm with y'all, do I act like I don't rank y'all niggas? I'm one of y'all. I'm in the mud with y'all. I'm in the trenches. You get what I'm saying? Like I'm not on a power trip. You have access to me 24/7, do you not? You know what I'm saying? Is there anything that I've ever asked you to do that seems unbrotherly? Have I ever told you, well, I'm this rank and you should do this because I'm this rank? And like everything is about respect. Get what I'm saying? And not just that, understanding and brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? You want to humble yourself. You want to humble yourself. Like that scripture is self-explanatory. Read it one more time and I'll break it down a better way.
Verse 11. But he that is greatest among you shall be your servant.
Like, so I got a question. What do you feel like you can't ask me for?
Sorry. This and that. I just want to know the scripture.
Okay. So no. I know, but I'm saying that because I'm the highest ranking, right? And it ain't too often that you hear me say that exact thing, because I don't say I'm the highest ranking, because I'm one of y'all, and that's why I'm always in the trenches with y'all. Like whenever it's grunt work to be done, you're gonna see me. You get what I'm saying? Like Captain Kaposh had to tell me quit setting up camp equipment. Because when y'all getting camp equipment, I'm like, I got the signs, go get this. I'm doing this. Cap like, quit doing that. Like I'm wired that way. I'm a grunt. I'm with y'all. Y'all my brothers. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing also, in that same breath, that's why niggas love me.
Right.
Because I don't put myself on a pedestal like I'm better. I'm in the field with y'all niggas. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't have to risk your lives for me. I'm going to risk my lives for y'all. I don't lead from the back. I lead from the front. You know what I'm saying? I'll give you another example. GEN.YAHANNA. You can call him whenever. The reason you don't call him whenever no more is because I told you to stop. But he makes himself accessible to everybody. That's why everybody loves him. You get what I'm saying? Because even though he's a general, he doesn't put himself on this pedestal like, I'm above you. Don't call me, you puny nigga. What's your rank? You know what I'm saying? Oh, if he tells you that, it's because you're about to receive a bad checking. But he doesn't care about that.
I'd rather call you.
Right. I tell you. Right. I tell you, quit calling him so he can get a break, because that brother's second in command of this nation. You know what I'm saying? Leave them generals alone, man. They got zones they got to protect. That's what grunts like me is for. You know what I'm saying? And that's what that scripture referring to. Don't ever get too big for your britches. We see it all the time in the black community with these athletes and these rappers and these actors. They get so much fame and so much glory, they think that they're better than you. Shaq thinks he's better than you.
Right.
Charles Barkley thinks he's better than you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They think they're better than Kyrie Irving. Why? Because Kyrie Irving can relate to you. Kyrie Irving said, man, listen, I share the same blood with them niggas. And I'm going to tell them niggas something that I learned. And he called him an idiot for it. This idiot. Communicating with regular niggas.
Right.
Putting himself on the same platform with regular niggas. This idiot. You get what I'm saying? But the Lord said, Kyrie is great. He said, Kyrie going to be exalted. He's going to be lifted up. He's going to be one of the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. While Shaq, we're going to step over him. We're going to step over him and all his people to get into the kingdom. I'm going to can you spare some change? Get out of here, bum. Y'all know it's been you stealing the grapes from my vineyard, and they weren't even on the ground. You're stealing them straight off the vine. Wait for them to fall. That's what I'm going to tell them. Wait for them done harvesting. You're breaking the laws. That's what I'm going to tell them. Next time I'm going to chop your hand off, you vagabond. You get what I'm saying? You don't want to be that guy. You want to be the guy that has all the power, but nobody knows. You want to be the guy that everybody knows that you got the power and they love you like you wanted them. That's what you want to be. Even Christ washed the feet of the disciples to show them this is your job. You know what I'm saying? And that's who we want to be.
Can't select yourself if I could. I already know that about you because I wouldn't be able to go to camp. You ain't, because you were the one that put me in that black shirt.
Oh shit, man, that ain't nothing.
I was like, I ain't got one.
Yeah, look, that ain't nothing.
I wanted to go, but you the one who did.
Nah, man, we ain't shit. Listen, I ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? This is this brotherhood, man, that we got to build up, man. And we gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like that's why we're using the platform that we got. That's why we're gonna keep building this brotherhood the best way that we can. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what Christ wants. Christ wants us to be like how that brother Jay Will said, man, I don't give a damn. He said, I'm gonna probably lose my job, but I don't give a damn, man. Y'all doing too much for Kyrie. He shouldn't have to beg and plead or apologize for anything that he says. If you could, y'all, let's get them pictures up real quick before we get ready to close class down. If Kyrie has to apologize and go to a dog and pony show, they want him to donate money. They want him to kiss ass. They want him to bow down and touch his toes so he can take it with no grease. If Kyrie has to apologize to the Jewish community, then America needs to apologize. Oh, that's the dude that wrote the documentary. Yeah, that's the dude that wrote the documentary. I wanted to pull that too, but we'll wait. Is that the pictures? Blow that up. If Kyrie has to apologize, white America, you need to apologize for Tulsa, Oklahoma. You've never apologized for that. You've never apologized for the transatlantic slave trade. You've never apologized for unarmed black kids being gunned down while white school shooters are taken alive. Just run through the pictures. They've never apologized for any of this. You've never apologized, white America. If Kyrie has to apologize, show that picture. Stay there. If he has to apologize, then these white people in this picture must apologize. They must be held accountable. Whatever access and money their family has needs to be donated to the I.S.U.P.K. under Commander General Yohanna. If Kyrie Irving has to pay $500,000, then America should be paying $500 billion to the I.S.U.P.K. under Commander General Yohanna. If Kyrie has to apologize, white America, you should apologize for every goddamn crime committed against blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. That's right. Keep going. And who apologized for these Israelite brothers being hung from a goddamn tree? Who has apologized, white America? Jewish America? Who has apologized? Keep going. Who has apologized for this? Look at this humiliation my brothers is going through. Who has apologized for that? Who has suffered? Who has begged and pleaded? Where's the black leaders to speak on this? To talk about that the pain and suffering that we suffer through, the Stockholm Syndrome, 400 years of slavery. Keep going. Man, the white man is the devil, the Bible speaks of. I can't even say what I really want to say because the oppressor's the goddamn devil. But y'all know what I want to say, man. You understand, man? We don't give a damn about apologizing to no so-called fake Jew about stealing our goddamn identity. If we got to apologize for crimes committed against us, then every goddamn woman who's ever been raped must apologize to the rapist. Every goddamn child that's been molested must apologize to the molestee, to the molester, rather. You know what I'm saying? If everything is reversed on its head, then everybody that has ever had a crime committed against them must apologize to the crime must apologize to the person that committed the crime. If everything is flipped on its head, man. Commander Junior Salakia. Salakia again. General Mahyman, Salakia. Brought out something so heavy in class, man. He said, white America is so goddamn selfish. America is so selfish that they won't even share self-esteem. You're not even allowed to believe that you're the Lord's chosen black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. You're not allowed to believe that you're worth something. You're not allowed to believe that your life matters. You're not allowed to believe that the Lord has chosen you. You are a piece of filth according to white America. And you should never aspire to be anything more than that, man. Yeah, spit. That's what you're supposed to be. That's why the ISUPK is so important in every goddamn black, Hispanic, and Native Indian community, man. That's why the man that raised this up is so important, man. That's why this brotherhood is so important, man. It's gonna come a time where the dollars don't mean nothing. All these millions of dollars, they might be something worth. They might be worth something now, but when this war starts to break out and this bloodshed and bullets flying, and the Lord returns with them 200 million angels, and this shit is on his head, that dollars ain't gonna mean nothing. I guess it will mean something. It'll be good for burning and starting the fire. I mean, listen, you got $1 million, the fire gonna burn for a long time, I guess. You know what I'm saying? We could cook on it. We could cook on the millions of dollars. Quam's Grill gonna be going good in the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? Daily Bread gonna be going good in the kingdom. I understand Rise Fried Chicken gonna be going good in the kingdom. We're gonna take over. It's gonna be the only thing. It's gonna be like Walmart and Kroger's and whatever else is the major food spot in your major city. We're going to be doing it in the wilderness, though, man. The oppressor is the devil, man. Stand with your brothers, man. If your brothers speak good, hey, celebrate that brother, man. If that brothers do something that celebrate the Most High, stand with that brother. Don't be standing with these goddamn coons. If Kyrie Irving got to apologize, Shaq, and this is going out to Shaquille O'Neal, who took a picture with them brothers, man. Who took a picture with the I.S.U.P.K, them brothers. Shout out to them brothers. And he told them brothers that he knows who he is. So if you know who the hell you are, goddamn Shaq, quit being a big-ass 7-foot, 400-pound coward. Be a man and stand on something instead of falling for anything. Listen, that's worse. You taking a picture with us is worse than Kyrie Irving saying something. You with extreme radicals, black identity extremists, as the FBI calls us. Even though we've never did anything, they consider us a hate group. Even though we've never committed a hate crime in our lives. We have never committed a hate crime in our lives, man. Loving black people is not a hate crime. Kyrie Irving is being treated like a criminal because he loves black people. Go ahead. The CIA? CIA. They say the CIA stands for Cocaine Import Agency. The Cocaine Import Agency, CIA. Listen, that's how the drugs got in the black community. FBI, the FBI is the, you know what I'm saying, Federal Bureau of Investigation, but they ain't found none of these people that committed these heinous crimes in them pictures we just showed. They ain't found none of the people. They ain't found none of the people who murdered blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians in Tulsa, Oklahoma, but they can find so-called Holocaust war criminals. Right. They can find them, but they can't find the people from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Right. The people that committed genocide and murder against our people. They make different names, but they're all the same. They just make different names. Man, listen, the oppressor is the devil. The oppressor is the goddamn devil, man. And black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, I'm going to leave you with these words of wisdom, man. There's nothing more glorious on the face of this planet. This is what the Most High said. He said, to lay down your life for your brother.
The only thing, they're all higher ranks. No, sorry. They're all the only thing because they got higher ranks.
You just refuse to put your hand up, nigga?
Oh, sorry, sir.
Yeah, I ain't a general. Don't say that.
No, I'm saying, sir.
Yeah, no sweat. Yeah, no, it's all good. No, I don't mind you speaking. Just, you know what I'm saying? Put your hand up. You made me forget my thought. Give me a second. All right. This is what I want. The scripture. No greater love have he. Does anybody know that scripture? No greater love have he. And while he's pulling this scripture, I want to tell you something, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. This brotherhood is all we have. Right. One another is all we have. Everybody that's in this room, I choose y'all. Right. I choose y'all over everybody in this goddamn world, man. I choose the I.S.U.P.K and every brother that's in this organization, whether I know you or don't know you, whether I've seen you or ain't seen you. If another brother has pulled that oil on your head and vouched for you, then I vouch for you, and I'm going to give my life for you, man, because it's my job. That's the only way this is going to happen. I'm not about to choose money over you. I'm not about to choose money over my nation, man. I don't give a F about basketball, and I really want to say what I want to say. I hate being restricted on this goddamn platform. I don't give a F about basketball. I don't give a F about Shaq and what he got to say. I don't give a F about Charles Barkley. If they ain't standing with black people, F them. If you are against black people, if you're against black people, you're against the Most High. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians is the Lord chosen, man. If you're against us, don't think that you're fighting against us. Don't think that you're fighting against Kyrie Irving. Don't think that you're fighting against Kanye West. You know who you're really trying to fight against? The Most High.
That's right.
You might think that they're fighting against Kyrie Irving. You might think that they're fighting against Kanye West. You might think that they're fighting against the I.S.U.P.K. They're not. They're trying to fight against the Most High. Right. And you can't win that fight. Everything that you love is going to die around you. It's going to die while we prosper and grow and live. You got that scripture?
God.
Let's get that scripture.
It's the book of John, chapter 15, verse 13.
Go ahead.
Greater love have no man than this.
Read that again.
Greater love have no man than this.
They just showed a video of Jay Williams, man. Listen, I wasn't a big Jay Williams fan before, but I'm a Jay Williams fan now, man. And when a priest and prophet is supporting you, that means a lot. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna see if what I can do about reaching out to that brother and see if we can't get him. See if we can't get him on the ISUPK, one of the platforms. You know what I'm saying? Get in contact to turn him over to a man greater than myself, because that brother, what he said was so heavy. What he said was so right. What he said was so much love. That was love. And what he said was the absolute truth. Ain't nobody holding none of these other people accountable. Brett Favre didn't have to give an apology. All these people who say the N-word, all these white celebrities, all these other people, they didn't have to apologize. That's all they did was apologize. They didn't have to go through no sensitivity training. When you say stuff against George Floyd, you don't have to go through sensitivity training. The cops were supposed to be getting retrained to go through sensitivity training. The whole goddamn police force around the world, and it ain't happened yet. But you want Kyrie Irving to do it? You goddamn heathen. You goddamn heathen. You goddamn filthy beast of the field. And what we need now is the same love that we've always been given in the ISUPK, and the same love that brother Jay Williams is showing now. That's the spirit of the Lord. The Lord chooses who he works through. He picks and chooses. This is the Lord. The Lord to choose. Even if you a filthy crackhead in the world and you just want to smoke crack and fight against your brothers, the Lord will still pick you to do his will. He'll say, listen, I'm going to put this spirit on you, and there ain't nothing you can do about it. So don't ever think because you ain't One West, or don't ever think because a nigga's not One West that the Lord won't choose him to do his will. Right. It's the Lord. His will is absolute. And he has chosen Kyrie Irving, he has chosen Kanye West, and now he has chosen Jay Will to do his will. And that's to put the message out for the rest of us to see and to build off of and to be strong off of. No, right. Go ahead and read.
Go. That a man laid down his life for his friends.
Lay down your life. And that don't just mean die. That means your goddamn livelihood. Because let me tell you something. When you give up millions of dollars, when you do what Colin Kaepernick did, because we forget about him. Colin Kaepernick didn't say nothing. He took a knee and said it's because black people are dying. Unarmed black kids are dying by the hands of police, or white school shooters are taken alive. He took a knee because of that, and he got kicked off the NFL, was blackballed. They brought up every scenario there was to bring up except for what he said he was taking a knee for. Oh, you don't respect the American flags. You don't respect the American flag. You don't respect the soldiers that died. You don't respect this. You don't respect that. You goddamn right I don't. Do they respect black lives? And do they respect the lives that died in the transatlantic slave trade? Do they respect Tamir Rice's lives? When they pull up and in less than 3 seconds gun him down, do they respect George Floyd that they put a goddamn knee on his neck for, caught myself, for 10 minutes? Go ahead.
If I could, real quick, to further elaborate what you were saying, man, like you talking about all these different, veterans that died in this war, y'all forget about Killian Ryan, this devil that literally went to war to solely kill blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, but you want me to mourn for them. What about Jayland Walker, who was shot in the back 60 goddamn times? What about Donovan Lewis, who was shot in the middle of the night in his own bedroom?
Right.
You understand? Breonna Taylor.
Right.
She wants to have remorse for these disgusting heathens.
Right. Be ready to lay down your life, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, for the preservation and the glory of your nation. Right. Listen, man, you always like to watch movies like 300 and all that, and Gladiator and Kingdom of Heaven and all these war movies. You love the movies and you watch them all the time and you envision yourself being in them. Well, guess what? The time is now.
Right.
Be ready. Be ready to lay down your life. Be ready to give up your livelihood. Lay down your life don't mean that you necessarily got to die. When you take away a nigga's money, they take away from him to provide for his family. Me and my family going to suffer for the work of the Lord. I don't give a damn. You understand?
That's right.
I'm going to sacrifice whatever it takes. If Job can do it, I can do it.
That's right.
Job was perfect. I'm far from it. But I'm going to strive every day until I get to that level. Black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. This has been a public service announcement from the ISUPK under Commander GEN.YAHANNA. Never forget the white man is the devil the Bible speaks of. And stand with your brothers and sisters no matter what. And with that being said, shalom.